Hello and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing amazing today. We've got a special reading. We're gonna do a pick a card. It's been a minute since I've done one of these for you guys, so thank you in advance to anyone tuning in now or in the future. I really hope you're having an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I hope this reading can bring in a little bit of clarity if you feel like someone's just been gossiping about you or giving you a hard time and you just want answers as to why or what they're doing, what they're saying. This reading is hopefully going to bring you that clarity needed. So go ahead and like the video and subscribe, and as we hop into it, I will timestamp this later on for you to watch at another day. And yeah, we're going to get right into the reading. So there are 4 piles laid out, so there will be 4 different sections to this reading. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so we're going to start with section 1 and see what comes out. I will be using a little bit of some of the decks, not just one deck in particular, but I did want to show you the decks to pick from, whichever one you were intuitively drawn to, and let's get right into it. Who is gossiping about you and why can't they keep your name out of their mouth? Hope everyone's had a good weekend. This is going to be a live reading, so feel free to leave your story if this resonates with you, or drop a comment if you just want to get something off your chest. And let's get right into it. Okay, so we're going to start with pile 1. If you were drawn to pile 1, I will leave this here. All right, you guys, so let's get into pile 1. Who's got your name in their mouth and why? First, I'm going to start with this deck and hop right into it. I know y'all used to be a huge fan when I did the pick a cards, and so I thought I'd come up with something interesting to get done today. Wow, okay, so we've got a King of Wands in reverse, first card out. Let's get a couple cards and then we'll see who is talking about you. Oh my goodness, 4 coins, 2 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so definitely this is coworkers, but more in specific, this looks like a coworker that you possibly could have dated or mingled with in the past. This could be someone you're involved with, a Leo. We've got earth energy, fire, and water. So double Leo energy could resonate for you or this person in particular. But whoever is talking about you is talking about your abundance. So this is why they can't keep your name out of their mouth. They're just curious as to if you are someone who is super abundant at this moment in time, how and why did you acquire that? They feel jealous in a sense that they feel like they deserve it more than you do. So this person in particular definitely could be a masculine energy, with the King of Wands being the first card out. This could be someone who is a bit older than you, someone who could have even resonated with being an old boss of yours. But in particular, this like coworker, they could have started beside you and possibly like they overcame you when it came to a particular career. And now they see you just sitting peaceful, not worried about anything to do with what they're focused on, and you're focused on your own vision, your own future. And so this person's been gossiping, talking crap about you, wondering like why that you think you deserve it more than them. I feel like a lot of you guys don't even feel that way, but this is just this person's thoughts, okay? So bear with me as I pick up this energy. So in particular, this person, like I said, could have been a boss, or it could have been a coworker that you dated, and you could have let go of this person because you could have noticed they were someone who was jealous, someone who always tried to compete with you in the workplace instead of, you know, like lifting each other up. This person always compared your work to theirs. So they often gossiped about you to other coworkers. If you knew this or not, this is a fact coming out in the reading here. And in particular, this person gossiped about the fact that you were so happy-go-lucky all the time. Ew. That's a good way to be, collective. Whoever you are, you seem like you have a beautiful energy, and this person couldn't stand the fact that you were always eager. Wow, so we just had some cards fall, of course. So I'm going to put them back in because they didn't come out on camera. But the ones that just fell was the Star in reverse and the Ace of Coins in reverse. So leave it to this person in particular. They definitely were actually jealous if you got a promotion over them. They felt like they deserved it and you didn't deserve it. They definitely gossip about the fact that they don't think that you're meant to be a star. Like if you're someone who's noted in the public eye, they try to put you down and gossip about you and slander you to other people so that you don't achieve more success than they do. Like it's like in the back of their mind, they know that at one point you're going to surpass them if you keep working as hard as you are. But this is what they're trying for it to not happen. So this person in particular is really trying to bring you down, you guys. How toxic. Wow. So let's keep going. Now, I feel like this person had interest in you at some point because we've got the Two of Cups in reverse. And Two of Cups represents love, a happy union. So in reverse, it looks like you walked away from this person or there was a sudden ending. Like maybe you told this person you don't like to date people you work with. You like to keep it strictly professional. And this person could have really been hurt by your like sense of speaking the truth to them because we've got Eight of Swords in reverse. So if this person asked you out on a date and you turned them down, it really was like a shot to their ego. They felt totally betrayed. Because especially if you're a feminine, they view you as someone like really beautiful and nurturing. But the fact that you turn them down, I feel like too, this person could have a huge ego. Like they're the type of person that feels like all eyes should always be on them. They should always be the center of attention. This person in particular could be really good looking and they could really just like flaunt that about themselves. So this person has been talking crap about you in a sense, like telling other people, well, I don't know who collective thinks they are. Like no one turns me down. This is literally what I just heard in my head. And also it's like, yeah, definitely this could have either been an air sign or a fire sign in particular that was interested in you. So if it was a Leo in particular, this person is very confident and very outgoing. And it's like 9 times out of 10, they get the person that they want to be with. So for you to shut them down was a total blow to their ego. It was almost devastating to them in a sense because they felt like you would have never turned them down. But for some of you guys, maybe you are attracted to them. Maybe you didn't turn them down because of anything except for the fact you wanted to keep it professional because you work with this person. So yeah, definitely look at that. So there is no passion between you and this person, and this is what bothers them. So this is why they talk badly about you. So they could actually try to stop you from having future love partners as well. They could really try to bring you down to like, say for example, you are a femme and you're interested in masculines. They could go around to a group of masculines and saying, no, like don't give her a shot. Like she's not worth it. She's a wasted time. They could actually gossip and tell people like you sleep around or you're non-committal. All these things just because they felt like you hurt their ego. You bruised their ego in a sense by not accepting their offer that they could have made towards you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, wow, look at that. The High Priestess, you already knew what kind of person this person was. You could have sensed like your intuition or just something in your gut telling you if you were to get with this person that it could have destroyed some type of like work partnership or collaboration. So possibly you just knew like the way that this person is. If you were to give them a chance and things didn't work out, it would have made things a lot more uncomfortable at work. So maybe that's why you decided to shy away from them. But however you chose not to pick this person, it really was a blow to their ego. They feel like this is the reason why they need to set out to talk smack about you to other people. So you could have in the past been invited out to a lot of work functions, a lot of work events. And since you turned this person down, it's like you have no more collaborations, no more invites, because this person is behind the scenes orchestrating that. They're making sure that you don't move on to new love, and they're making sure that you don't feel one with the team or the work environment that you are facing. So this is a really sad reality. This person that's gossiping about you, they want you to be in lack as well. Like they want to be the most abundant one. So for example, if you could have received some sort of promotion or more hours at work, this person went to the boss and like talk crap about you so that you got less hours, you got less respect from your bosses, and most importantly from your coworkers, because this person not only wants you to feel like you don't belong there since you turned them down, but they also want you to feel a lack of respect from those around you. So really interesting energy for the first pile, you guys. Whoever you're dealing with just seems really salty that you turned them down for a relationship or a date. This person in particular was very much like sexually attracted to you as well. And maybe it's something they never told you, but with Queen of Wands in reverse, it's like it's something they'll never tell you now because of the way that you handled them. So like I said, you know, maybe you just said something and they took it the wrong way. You could have just said, hey, listen, I think you're really great, but, you know, I don't mix work with business, or sorry, love with business. Like, you like to keep your two worlds separated. And so ever since then, this person's been on like a smear campaign, a vengeance behind the scenes at your work in particular, or your like community of coworkers. Like, say, for example, you guys all work in an office together. This person went to the boss, they went to the people you could normally go for lunch with, and were like, listen, like, she can't sit with us, basically, you know? And it was one of those vibes, and people really like this person in particular. With the sun there, there's someone who's very confident and sure of themselves, and especially they could even have a high authority position. So the fact that you turned them down was not only a blow to their ego, but it made them feel like, who the F does this person think they are? So this person in particular has made it their vengeance or their point to really bring you down since then, whether you know this or not. This person's really gone out of their way. But look at this. This is the world. And this is why they do it, because no matter where you go in the workplace, people will agree with them at the time. But then as soon as you come back into the picture, collective, or you communicate with these people, they change their tune up really quick because they know that you're someone like giving, and you're someone that almost like lights up a room. So, wow, okay, so this is another thing. This person has always been the center of attention, but then here comes you, collective, and you are the center of attention. You command the energy in the room when you walk in, like all eyes on you. So this person is really trying to make you feel like you shouldn't be going out places that they are, or like different work events. For example, if you guys have like a company, say like, for example, the holidays are coming up. I feel like you could have worked with this position or company for a few years now. So for example, like they could have an office Christmas party, and you know, this has been an ongoing thing. I feel like you turned this person down over a year ago, could be even 2 years ago for some of you guys. And this particular energy is someone who has really held that close to their chest ever since. And you may not even be aware that they're holding this grudge. You may have felt like that grudge was like not even a thing, or it should have been so far gone. Like you didn't even think about it. You just decided to not be with them, or you weren't interested. And they have purposely gossiped about you ever since, whether you know this or not. Like, this clarity's coming in. So if this person tried to reach out in the last few months or the last year or so, this person in particular was doing it to get insight onto your next moves, only to talk crap about you. So Spirit's saying to use this as a warning for you guys. Like, for example, if you do have a side passion you're excited about, or a side business or anything, and this person knows about it, they are intentionally trying to take you away from that as well, because they want you to feel disheartened the way that you made them feel. Like, it's just like they feel a major crush to their ego. And for a lot of you, this person could have really fantasized about like having a future with you, having a family with you. And for some of you, if this is in the cards for you guys, having kids. And it's like, by you turning them down, all these fantasies and illusions that they created in their head miraculously vanished, and it turned into almost like a hate. Like, wow, how could this person put me through this? And meanwhile, a lot of it was in their head, because they were planning a future with you without actually even going on a first date or getting to know you on that level yet. And they really just like jumped for things. So pile one, it looks like this person is someone you work with, or someone you worked with in the past. Like I said, it could be an older masculine or a boss, but the fact is they could have even opened up to you as well about their life or what they've been through in their life. And so maybe they really thought that like you had a soft spot for them. They wanted to be like a knight in shining armor for you, but the fact that you came in with this truth and were like, whoa, like it's just not like that, we're just friends, it really was heartbreak for them. 10 of Swords. So look at that. Wow. They decided ever since they're going to do everything they can to put those knives in your back. So let's pick up on some energy here. We're going to get a different deck and see just in particular what this person's been doing behind the scenes. But I get a huge sense for a lot of you. This person makes sure that if anyone else is new in the office or new in the environment and they're interested in you, they're quick to shut it down. And it's because they still have this hope in the back of their mind that you might turn around and give them a chance or change your mind in this particular situation. But I just heard from spirit, you're like, ew, like that's just not your type. Or maybe this person's like way older than you, like they could be like your dad's age, or even for some of you like a grandpa's age. And hey, maybe some of you that's your thing, but for others of you, this person is just a lot older than you and it's not what you're looking for. You view them as more of like a fatherly figure or a role model in your life, and this person is really hurt by that sense or feeling. You could particularly be dealing with, we've got Leo, Aries, Sag, we've got some earth energy, and we've got a lot of air energy. Now we've got Aquarius too with the world. But with Knight of Swords, we've got Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And with King of Pentacles, we've got Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So this person in particular that can't keep your name out of their freaking mouth is one of those signs, absolutely. And definitely could be an Aquarius since we've got double energy. Now, wow, second deck here. For some of you guys, you were in a relationship at the time, or they were. And so the fact that they were making these advances at you, maybe you just didn't see it for what it was because you thought it was highly inappropriate. And this person could have been kind of hurt by that sense or feeling because maybe their relationship was on the outs and you didn't know this fact about them. Yeah, look at that. So 5 of Pentacles. It's like either they knew you went through a rough ending of a relationship, or they were going through like a separation, a divorce, an ending. And so they thought that you would come in and take that spot in their life. You would fill that void of loneliness. And the fact that you didn't was really just like a shot to their ego. Now they view you as someone super attractive, and like because you command the same energy in a room that they do, they really felt like you were on their level. So this is something they might not ever tell you, but they never felt that with anyone else. And then here comes you, and you're someone that they really felt like they bonded with on a much deeper scale. It's like you two could have really had these deep conversations about life, or possibly even like your beliefs about reincarnation, I'm hearing. Some of you could have had very similar musical interests as well. I'm hearing like oldies, like old school rap possibly. For others of you, it's R&B. They really just vibed with you in that sense and felt like you two had this deep understanding of each other. And then the fact that you turned them down, they made it their mission, man, to stop you from moving on. So if you find ever since you did turn down this particular person from a date or from some sort of like getting to know each other on a different level, and you have had no one new come into your life, this is why. Because this person literally is gossiping so much to make you sat up at home. For some of you, it's like this, right? Put the roles where it fits. This is a collective reading, so you could be a feminine or a masculine. But say, for example, you're a feminine or a masculine and you're into the opposite sex. This person in particular told people that you were into the same sex, and hey, no judgments here if that's true or not, you know, like I said, take it out resonates. But say you're into the opposite sex, they told people that you were into the same sex in order to prevent new suitors from coming towards you. They also could have told people that you're very selfish, that you really like to hold back your energy from people, that you could be someone materialistic as well, or very ego driven. And you know what they say is oftentimes when people say things about people, it's a direct reflection or projection of who they are. So in particular, this person has a huge ego, but the fact that you turned them down, it really just set off something inside them, because they never got to express quite how much they had this deep, passionate desire for you. For some of you guys, it was purely physical, and for others of you, they felt like they were full out in love with you and they never expressed it. So I'm feeling like it's a lot of a sense of regret. And now when this person sees you talking to someone new, or if you're someone who gets a lot of attention online, this person is like, no, let me nip that in the bud because collective isn't going to be with anyone else if they shot me down. So you'll know who this is. You really know who this is. Think back either this past year or the year before that. And of course, if this pile doesn't resonate of a coworker, you kind of turning down romantically and you knowing that they kind of turn cold after that doesn't resonate, tune into the next 3 piles. But yeah, it really seems like this person could have been someone who kind of scratched your back. While they thought that you were interested in them, they would really go out of their way to do favors for you, right? The saying like, scratch your back if you scratch mine. So they thought that you would date them. So what they would do is like, if they were your boss, they would give you extra hours. They would give you good like partnerships or good collaborations, good projects to work on. They always made sure that you got the best work or the best spots. But then once you started turning them down, things could have changed really quickly. They could have went south. You could have noticed this person was on you for really little things that were irrelevant. And for others of you, this person just kind of nagged at you or made you feel less than, like purposely nitpicked at you and put you down. And all of this was just because deep down they were feeling the pain of you turning them down. Knight of Swords in reverse. So some of you could have even left this work environment since then. You'll know if that really resonates for you guys. But maybe you noticed the way that this person shifted their energy and went super cold on you, and you decided it was in your best interest to really get away from this person because of what they were putting you through. So for some of you, you'll know that this person never stopped gossiping about you. Even if you left the workplace, they still keep tabs on your social media. They still keep tabs on your whereabouts. And most importantly, they're still trying to hold you from new opportunities in love and in abundance in career. So this is kind of an energy to be aware of. For some of you, it may take having a conversation with this person to tell them like, know their role and slow their role. They need to step off you and your abundance. And for others of you, maybe you know that this person is too aggressive to do that. Maybe it's going to take, if you still work with this person, going above them to the person over them and speaking the truth about how you feel like you've been isolated or really made feel less than for turning this person down. Because you know too, if this is like an office environment or even like a certain industry, there are rules against, like, if you're in the same company or management team, that most of the time you're supposed to inform your bosses if you're dating someone, right? So this could even have been something that was out of line, that you weren't able to date this person and you knew that. Like, you didn't want to mix work with your personal life. And so this person is really just getting their emotions, taking the best of them, and really trying to bring you down to their level of hurt. For some of you, you could have left the job and started working from home, or maybe it's gotten that bad that you've been thinking about doing so. If that's the case, this is a go ahead from Spirit right there with that 8 of Pentacles. It really just represents you knowing your worth and knowing that you would never put someone else through that, and possibly it's in your best interest to walk away from this position and find a place where you feel more comfortable, more peaceful, and away from this person. Because it looks like this person's not giving up anytime soon. You could definitely have an inkling about this though with the High Priestess. You kind of know what this person's about. And in particular, this is definitely why it looks like you would have turned this person down, because you knew that they kind of had this my way or the highway attitude about them. And the fact that they chose to really let their emotions get the best of them could be something that's daunting to you guys. Like, I'm really feeling like you could feel kind of frustrated that this person went out of their way to make you feel isolated because you didn't want to be romantically involved with them. Now, if you have started your own business or started at a new company, make sure they're not one of the references on the resume. That's what Spirit wants me to say. For some of you, you know that if someone were to contact this person in particular, they are going to do their best to make you not get a position or make you lose an opportunity. And especially when it comes to love, Spirit's saying, don't let this person know your business or who you're dating. But for a lot of you, you already know not to do that. So let's get a couple messages from Spirit here to see what comes out. So it could be a Gemini that did this to you in particular, or you could be a Gemini. Now we've got, you are not the same person anymore. Look at this. Spirit's beautiful right now. Do not let anyone or anything bring you back into a negative cycle. You got this. Break the cycle. So yeah, especially if you literally left this position or walked away from this company, don't let that person drag you back to that headspace of negativity. Someone could definitely work with moon magic as well. This person, you might not know that about them, but this could be something that they keep close to their chest. So in the next few days, if you're still working at this company, something big is going to happen, and it's going to let you know that this person has gone out of their way to really ruin your position or to make you feel so isolated and uncomfortable. And like I said, it's all because you didn't want to be with them romantically, and you know, this person can't handle rejection is really what it seems like. So this person talks a lot of shit though. Like, it looks like they'll talk shit about you to anyone who's willing to listen. Spirit's saying to pray more right now to receive that clarity and guidance you need. So you could be a movie producer or a music producer. If so, this message will definitely resonate for you. This could be someone who is either a manager to you, or it could be a sign as well for some of you. Maybe you have a passion of doing this on the side and you're being told to pursue that and get away from this career in particular. If you are a music producer for someone and you turn them down romantically and they're deciding to attack you for it, Spirit is saying there's other people you can produce their music or a movie for. For some of you, if you are a movie producer though, maybe this is like a huge budget thing for you guys and you're not willing to walk away. Remember, there's always someone that's higher than this person. So whoever is in a role of authority higher than this person, it might take speaking to them about it. The truth will be exposed soon. So this reading could actually be the clarity that you're looking for in knowing that this particular person has tried to block you. Could also be a Virgo. So we've got Virgo and Gemini there. You could be any of those signs, and that could be your confirmation. And for others of you, this person is that sign, and that is your confirmation. Now, blessings are on their way to you for dealing with this situation, especially if this person has continued to make you feel less than for not wanting to be romantically involved with them. I'm hearing you really stuck to your word too. And so maybe this person thought if they came at you sideways that you would change your tune, you would want to give them a chance, and Spirit's saying no, like that's not how it works, right? And you guys knew better and you decided to keep staying away from this person because they were giving off some sort of toxic vibes. So definitely seems like someone that's older than you, someone in your work situation or workplace, either now or previously. And look at that, Knight of Cups in reverse, first card out. All because you turn them down either for being friends, or for a lot of you, this is like a love situation. You turn down a date from them or a romantic offer that they could have made. Yeah, definitely look at that. And that's because they wanted to put the wand on you, collective. Feminine or masculine, take it out, resonates. But that person wanted to, I just heard the song, put it down on me. So that person thought that you would hook up with them, you would be intimate or romantically involved with them, and the fact that you didn't, we got double 10 of swords now on the board here. They stuck those knives deep in your back, and Spirit's saying they're still doing it. So if you do have a new job or something you're passionate about, make sure you keep yourself protected. It may take you praying more to really eliminate this person from your energy, because like I said, if this person was so attracted to you, they don't have any limits. Judgment's in reverse here. Like, this person doesn't think they'll receive karma for stepping out of line or out of bounds and really trying to lie on you or break you down. And it's like, for a lot of you, you could have left this particular situation and you could be focused on your own thing now, but this person has followed you there. So you're going to know how that resonates for you guys. But for a lot of you, this person literally followed you to a new job, or say even you move to get away from this person. They keep tabs on your whereabouts. For some of you, whoa, I just heard from Spirit, like, if you had one of those apps that told you your schedule previously, sometimes those have built-in trackers on there. Or for others of you, if you had a work paid for phone, they also track your calls, your texts. A lot of companies do that, especially big businesses, or say you are a producer and you work for like a higher known like authority or client. They've got your phone tapped, so they keep tabs and whereabouts on you. And so this person could know your next move before you even tell anyone else. So be aware of this energy, because it definitely looks like this person is trying to block your blessings. Now you're coming across as the Empress to this person. You could be a Libra or a Taurus, but regardless of the sign, this person views you as someone like super good looking and super confident. And like I said, they've never met anyone they felt like was on their level the way they feel you are. Like for some of you, if this person and you have the same job, but they're of a higher authority than you remind them of them, because the way that you're able to command the energy in the room, the way that you're able to handle yourself in situations, and even the way that you rejected this person without blinking or batting an eyelash, this person is like, no one does that. Like, I do that to people, you know, like that's the vibe I'm getting. So it was just, I think, really big of a blow to their ego that you were possibly even the first person to turn them down in this workplace. So maybe they tried to offer you a position to work with them in a higher authority or establishment. Maybe it was like a personal thing they wanted to do, like do a personal collaboration or start a business with you, and you could have turned them down without even realizing, because maybe they were just like inching in by speaking about something else or hinting they wanted to take you out, and maybe you just like totally shut them down, and based on you doing that, that's what really hurt their ego the most. But they see you as someone super abundant and fertile. If you're a feminine, this person actually wanted you to have their babies. They felt like you would be a good suited partner to build a legacy with, or to, you know, at least be a good baby mama. So High Priestess, double energy there. Look at that. And if you are a masculine, same type of vibe. This could have been a feminine who had a very high position of authority, and they finally felt like when they met you, you were someone who was on their level. And so they could have really felt rejected when you decided to turn them down. So collective B or J may be of significance for you as well. And for others of you, well, put the two together. That's what they wanted from you. So that will resonate for everyone. But for some of you, they're just really like super like frustrated that you decided not to be intimate with them. And I hope everyone could get a little laugh out of that. That is so funny. Spirit makes me laugh sometimes. So really interesting energy. 5 of Wands in reverse. This person is just like, there's no competition. Collective was it, and collective shot me down. I'm hearing that song, bang, bang, he shot me down. So it definitely could be a feminine. Maybe it was a boss to you. This person was older than you, super like sexually attracted to you, charged, interested in you, and the fact that you turned them down was just like a turn off to them, because that made them want you even more. Okay, thank you, Spirit. So this is what this is all about, you guys. The reason they're talking all this shit about you is because by you saying no to them, by you knowing your boundaries and walking away or keeping it professional, they are like wanting what they can't have even more. And especially too, if you left that environment, now they don't see you around every day. They don't get to communicate with you. They don't get to have an insight as to what you look like or what you're up to every day. So they feel particularly frustrated that they have to kind of keep tabs on you from the side, and they aren't able to gossip as much. So if you guys are being redirected to a new job or workplace, or you just have been recently, this is a good thing, because this is minimizing some of the gossip from this person, because they're no longer able to keep tabs on your every move. But like I said, if you do have a phone that's through that company, it is tapped. 4 of Pentacles. And so they don't want you to be more successful than them. For some of you, this person is concerned that you're going to surpass them in their financial goals. Maybe this is someone with a really big driven like bank account, or wanting to be someone who has that. I'm hearing they could drive a nice car. For example, they could drive some sort of sports car like a BMW or a Lamborghini. For others of you, this person drives a Tesla. And so maybe this is something that you recently just purchased, or you have gotten something new for yourself. For others of you, maybe you got a new home or something new about you. Maybe you also have upgraded your look as well. So this person is totally like more turned on by you. All right, let's see if there's any more messages for this first pile. And then we're going to move into the second pile. Thank you to everyone tuning in. I hope that was able to resonate with you, loves. And if not, stick around for the next pile. We'll see what comes out. Wow, so at the bottom here, so I had a few cards that fell. I didn't even see it, but I just picked it up because I'm about to step into the second pile. And 7 of Swords. So the reason they're pissed too that you left this company or that you're holding back from them is because they wanted to be able to take your knowledge or your insights as well. Like you could be a very efficient worker, or you could have very great ideas when it comes to like new projects and ways to run the business better. And for others of you, like they just wanted to have a one-up on whatever you're working on so that they could try to take it from you and claim it as their own. So some of you will know if you worked with a boss who like not only was bitter, but they would take your ideas that you would suggest to them and claim it to as their own to others or to someone higher than them. This is why this person's pissed, because you left. And so now they have to think for themselves. Spirit. Think for themselves. I mean, come on. Wow. So look at that. Shadow attribute of the priest. Violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own role. So this person in particular thought that they were a know-it-all over you. They felt like because they had a higher position or authority over you, that you didn't really know what you were talking about, or they were going to make sure that no one knew what you were talking about. So for some of you, this person, look at gossip, literally just flipped out. That is it. So this person is talking shit about you right now, or has today, has in the last couple of days, you guys. That hasn't ever come out in a reading, let alone the pick a card about who has got your name in their mouth. And this is the first pile. So they thrive on power of passing on private and secret information, betraying confidence. So if you ever told this person anything personal about yourself, like say, for example, you had someone in your family that was really sick, or you were going through financial troubles or difficulties, or you had a really rough relationship, they went and shared that personal information with others about you without you knowing. So for example, you could have really confided in this person. Maybe you had to because of your position. Like if it was a boss to you, you know, something could have came up and you could have had to say, hey, listen, like this happened. I'm not going to be able to make it in today, or I'm going to be a little bit behind on my work. And this person was like, oh, okay, no problem. And then boom, took that information and shared it with people that they should not have shared it with. So you're going to know how that resonates for you guys. But for a lot of you, it was highly unprofessional. This person is someone who's also not spiritual at all. So if you told them that you were interested in spirituality or tarot even, or you do a lot of prayer and meditation, this person could have like agreed with you, but behind the scenes, they went and talked crap about you being that way because they don't have the same beliefs as you. So this person in particular could have really tried to make you look like someone you weren't because they don't have the same beliefs as you guys. Now we have Lover just flew on the floor. What the? Spirit is on point right now with the messages. So this is all because you didn't want to date them, or you didn't want to have a commitment with them. It's like not only for them did they want to like be physically intimate with you, but they wanted to pursue a serious relationship with you. And you definitely looks like separated work from personal life, or you knew like, hey, there's a boundary you shouldn't cross with this person because they are your boss or your authority. Or for some of you, like I said, this person's just older than you and you just weren't interested in them in that type of way, and they couldn't handle that rejection. So final card here. I just saw plagiarism as well. So for some of you guys, if you are someone who is like, say you're at a newspaper company, I just heard, and you write articles, you're an editor, or you are a producer, music or movie, this person says that you copy other people's work, and it's all just out of jealousy, the fact that you turn them down. They have no actual proof or evidence of this fact. They're just someone really bitter, and so they like to say that to make themselves have one up. And that was the scribe card. So we've got hedonist here. It says, pursues pleasure to the detriment of health, indulges at the expenses of others. Exactly. So this person doesn't have any limits when it comes to betraying people. So Spirit's saying you're not the only person that they've betrayed, but other people, it's like they're smart enough about how they do this. They'll talk crap about you to only a certain few people. Then to other people, they talk crap about someone else too. So they've never managed to get themselves caught in the web of lies that they tell. But eventually, when the two start gossiping together from the different groups, this person will be outed, is what Spirit's saying. That truth will be exposed. Hi, Ruth. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're doing amazing. So gambler in reverse, final card for this pile. It says relying on luck rather than hard work. Whoever this boss is in particular, they rely on the work of others below them in order to achieve their own success. Really interesting first pile, you guys. It looks like you're dealing with some salty ass boss or coworker, someone who is above you and really kind of like takes their power or authority to a new level that it shouldn't be taken to. So let's get these cards organized so we can hop into a new pile. Definitely drop it in the comments if you know this resonates with you. And again, when this reading is finished, I'll leave timestamps if you want to go back and watch it over again. So Spirit wants you to know, they just told me to pull this one again, the truth will be exposed soon. So you'll be aware of exactly what they've done behind the scenes to really make you feel isolated or outcast at work. And for some of you, they could have just really lied on your work performance, saying you are someone who does things like half-assed, or they could tell other people you're late all the time, or that you don't really care about the company. However this resonates, just to keep you feeling stuck and not valued by your coworkers. And it's like totally the opposite, because they know in the back of their mind, they're projecting the fact that you didn't want to be with them on an intimate level, but it's something that they will not tell others. So you'll know if that's your message. You'll know if that's someone you know that's been doing that to you, trying to create roadblocks, all because you turned them down for a relationship or for a date. Really interesting first pile that went a little bit longer than I expected it to, you guys, but I'm just going to convey the messages as they come out. So we've got 4 piles in total today. So we're hopping into pile 2 now. I just got to pick up a bunch of cards flew on the floor, so I got to pick them up. Wow, so we had the Empress before. Just before I close out this first pile, the Empress is on the ground as well, so double Empress energy. That's how they view you. Someone super attractive. So they feel like, too, maybe for some of you guys, they've never met someone they were so, like, physically attracted to, and the fact that you have all this energy about you, it just like drives them crazy. And especially if you still work in an environment with them, you could find they constantly like are watching you out of the corner of their eye, or like if you come in with a new haircut or a new outfit on, they're like, wow, like you look amazing today. They're constantly trying to hype you up. But then to other people behind your back, since this is they're gossiping about you, they're telling people like, oh, did you see Collective's haircut? Looks awful. But meanwhile, they like are drooling over you. You know, it's so funny that people go through that kind of rejection. Like, I feel like too, to close this out, maybe some of you guys just need to be upfront and honest with them. Because it seems like this person does have such an admiration for you that maybe if you say, listen, like I see what you're doing, I see your tricks, I see that you're being nice to me and then talking shit to others, they might just drop the act. But not all of you. For some of you guys, that's just going to feed their ego even more, and they're going to act out even more. So Spirit's saying, you know the person, take this only as guidance, but if you feel like talking to them may clear some of the energy, then you're being guided to do so. And for others of you, you're being guided just to get away from this person or not deal with them as much as possible. Because some of you may not have the opportunity to leave the position you're at, or you may love the company you're at. So it's just like about realizing how you can kind of just deal with what they're putting you through, or speak to someone higher up about how they've treated you. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. We're going to hop into pile number 2. Amazing. And if someone wants to just, here, I will drop it in the comments really quick right now. I'm just going to write this down for after. All right, loves. So we are just finishing off pile 1. And that's going to be 45-25. Now, I can't guarantee all of them will be as long as pile 1, but we're going to just see what messages come out. And I just want to thank everyone who's tuning in right now. Let's hop into pile 2 if pile 1 did not resonate with you, or if you just feel like hanging out. Go ahead and drop a comment if this reading is resonating with you so far. If you know you've had someone you turned down at work and they've made your life like a living HEEL ever since. I just said heal instead of hell. So, okay, maybe this person thinks you have nice feet. They could be into feet, you guys. They could be into feet. I've never got that message in a reading. They could be into feet. So let's see pile 2. Wow, the sun just flipped over. Notice how there's 2 people on that card. Let's see what we got, you guys. I'm going to do a good shuffle on this one. That was an interesting first pile, though, I got to say. But let's clear this energy. Spirit, please deliver new messages for pile 2. Who has got their name in their mouth about the collective right now who can't seem to stop gossiping about them? Ooh, and just like that. A couple more cards, please, Spirit. So far, I feel like this definitely could be a love interest, someone you dated in the past. I'm feeling like total ex vibes. Now, this could be someone from like a few exes ago, or this could be someone more recent to you. We'll get into the energy and you take it how it resonates. But whoever this is gossiping about you, they're pissed that you guys had an ending, a breakup between you. With the 10 of Wands, this person still has a lot of passion for you. They feel like you were the person that got away. But the fact that you have the 5 of Wands next to it means you just didn't feel them on that level. Like you could have maybe at one point really imagined yourself having a future with this person, but based on their actions or that the way that the relationship progressed, that love kind of faded out. And reality kind of kicked in that maybe you two are just on separate paths or different pages. Now, that's the thing that happens too, right? Relationships can be all great, but sometimes people grow apart. And especially if you're in your 20s to 35, that tends to happen a lot. Like those relationships are the ones that are meant to teach us what we're looking for in a partner and what we're not looking for in a life partner. And so this person could have viewed you as their life partner, but the fact that you decided to end things, it looks like for a lot of you, 10 of Swords in reverse, this really has left them distraught. And so now they can't stop talking about you. So they've definitely been talking your business. They could be telling people a lot of private things about you, your personal life, possibly too what you've been through in your life. If you are someone who is very successful, who has finances, they talk a lot about your money. 10 of Coins. And one thing they gossip about, they'll never tell you this, but they're pissed that maybe you could have been like the breadwinner in the relationship. You could have been someone who always had a little bit more than they did. And the fact that you always had the earnings and then you walked away from them, they feel totally like stabbed in the back. So they've made it their mission to talk crap about you to anyone that you guys know. This could definitely be a Leo. We've got the sun there, a lot of fire energy, swords, and earth. So the only signs we don't have so far are water signs. So this ex of yours in particular could be either an air sign, a fire sign, an earth sign, and we've got double Leo. King of Wands in reverse definitely could be someone who is a business owner, if you are dealing with a masculine that you had broken things off with, this person, they could have told people that they took care of you or that they were always more financially abundant. And maybe since you left the relationship or things ended, people are starting to see differently that that wasn't the case. So for a lot of you guys, it's almost like this person gossiped about how they took care of you. They made sure everything was good in the home with you. But because you two have ended now, maybe it's only been a couple weeks or a couple months, and this could have even been a marriage. But for a lot of you, this was just like a relationship you could have had for a few years. I'm hearing like 3 to 5 years. But whoever this is you dated, the fact that you walked away from them, they do not want you to move on. So you could definitely be in a relationship with someone new now, and they've tried really hard to prevent you from being happy in this new relationship. 8 of coins in reverse. They've tried to block your finances too, you guys. So this person in particular has maybe called your job or stopped you from receiving opportunities in some way or another. They could have falsified information about you. This person has gone out of their way. It could be a Scorpio there with the death in reverse. They didn't want you to feel like you had anything once you left the connection with them. We got a lot of signs on the board though, so just take it how it resonates for you, loves. But just know that this person, when you put an ending to this relationship, you literally shattered their heart. Like they feel completely heartbroken, and if it's more recently, they feel lost without you. And you could be someone who's just peaceful, living your life. Like I said, some of you guys are in a new relationship because we got the sun too. You could be feeling like letting go of this relationship was a huge burden off of your back. Like you're finally able to live your best life and not have this person breathing down your neck. And they could be gossiping all sorts of things about you. They could be telling others that, you know, you made the relationship stable, you were the healthy one, that they were the ones who made the relationship stable. They were the healthy ones, right? And you were the one that made it toxic. You were the one that made it difficult. They love to tell people as well that you are like a slob, you don't clean your house. They also like to tell people that you are really like short on finances. They could tell people that you are the one who always needed help from them. And for others of you as well, this could be a Pisces in particular, but this person doesn't want you to have a new start. Now, if you are in a new relationship with someone else, they try to interfere with that connection. I'm going to tell you straight up, it's in the cards, but they were unable to. They've only been able to like infiltrate and ruin the relationships that never fully got off the ground for you. So for some of you guys, if you haven't dated anyone since the two of you ended, this is because they're purposely blocking new love from entering your life. We've got the Hangman and the Fool. So they don't want you to have any new beginnings in love. Now, if you two dated and you shared like a dog together, this person could have taken the dog and told people that you were an awful parent to the dog, like you didn't take care of the animal or animals, so they had no choice but to take the animal for themselves. Or for others of you, they could tell people that like you in particular are someone who you never wanted to do anything with them, like you kind of were mysterious or aloof. You were on your phone a lot. They definitely gossip and tell people that you were disloyal. That's the biggest thing I get here. And the reason they do it is because they didn't want you to have options after you left them. For some of you, this ex wanted you to be so like isolated after the connection that you ran back to them. But for a lot of you, you haven't run back to this connection. So this is where this person is feeling really lost because they feel like their plans are backfiring on them in a sense. We've got the moon. So look at that. A lot of Pisces. Those are 3 Pisces cards there. So you definitely could have been dealing with a Pisces, or you could be a Pisces watching this. But this person keeps a lot of secrets from you. And the secrets are that they have gossiped and run their mouth and run your secrets to every single person that you know, they know, and in between. It's like word of mouth could have stretched so far about you and what you're up to that people of people know your crap. Like people that have no business knowing your crap, know your crap. And a lot of it could even be made up. It's like this person went out of their way, like I said, to be really vindictive because the relationship ended. And it looks like for a lot of you, you're the one that ended it because they were unstable or toxic. Or maybe you saw that they maybe had like a slight obsession with you and this connection. And, you know, this person tried to make it out like you were a cheater, you weren't honest, you were a liar. For others of you, this person told people that you relied on them. So now it's like for some of you guys, Spirit's almost saying you don't even have to worry because certain secrets or lies that they did gossip about you are already being exposed. Because if you've been broken up for a few months and you're stable all on your own, people are starting to see that this person was very dishonest about you. Definitely could be dealing with a water sign, a fire sign, earth sign. Well, we've got a lot of Pisces energy. So take it how it resonates. Now, King of Coins, this person wanted you to stay in the relationship with them because, like I said, you could be more abundant than them. And they wanted to be able to control your finances because they thought with you, they hit the jackpot. They'd never have to work. They'd be financially successful. They'd be stable. And the fact that you could have ended this relationship with them and said, you know what? I'm good on my own. They can't handle that because they painted this illusion to others, gossiped about you, and said that they were the one that took care of the home or they were the one that took care of things in the relationship. Now we've got the Five of Swords. So they've got up to 5 people, or six of Swords, my apologies. So they've got up to 6 people that are in your family and theirs that are on their side. But this is all based on lies that they've told about you, collective. So these people don't realize that this person is just upset that the relationship ended because 10 of Cups really represents a family and stability, marriage, long-term happiness. This person thought that you were their be-all, end-all person, and maybe they really went through a lot of struggles with you or felt like this relationship was worth working at, and you could have all of a sudden just cut the cord and said enough's enough. I feel like for some of you guys, this person changed a lot. They could have started drinking in the middle of the relationship, or they could have had these habits before, and maybe you didn't fully realize. And then the more further you got into this connection with them, like things started to progress really badly. Like this person could have had a gambling addiction or could have just been like terrible with their finances. And, you know, they could have been in major debt with their credit cards and they just didn't have anything for themselves. Like they could have been someone who always said like they were going to save up and get a car or a house, and they didn't have anything to show for it. And you could have just got fed up, especially if you were someone who is successful, who does have your finances in order, or for some of you, at least you're more like responsible with your finances. Now, as well, this person could have told people that you were a cheater, but meanwhile, maybe you walked away because you knew that they had an inability to commit. Maybe they promised you like the sun, moon, stars, and a family, but in the background, really, they were entertaining other options, 3 of Wands in reverse, and you felt like at the end, you couldn't trust them for some of you guys, so this could have been why you ended things. But like, it's like whatever happened in this relationship to end things with this person, they're almost painting it out to be the total opposite to anyone that will listen. So take it how it resonates for you guys. This person could have yelled at you a lot. They could have been someone who was like very verbally aggressive towards you. For others of you, they could have made it out to seem like you were, even though maybe you were just like reacting for the way that they treated you for years as well. Especially too, like if you were a feminine, this person could have constantly put you down about your confidence or the way you looked. And then meanwhile, like you could have started really standing up for yourself at the end of the relationship. Just be aware, if you're still in contact with this person, it's like they take screenshots, they flip things around, you know, they leave out the parts where they look crazy and they try to make you look crazy. And they do it all intentionally so that they can stop any new love from coming near you because they want to hold on to you and they want to be in control of your love life with the Knight of Wands in reverse. You know, Knight of Wands in the upright represents a protector, someone loyal, someone committed, and someone passionate. Woo, and it just flew. And that's it. With it in reverse, the person is the total opposite of that. So as well, they could have been very aggressive with you when it comes to intimacy, and maybe they told people that you were the aggressor. Meanwhile, this person could have like really kind of just been a little rough with you with their words or just the way that they treated you. It's like they could have mishandled you. Especially if you're a feminine, they didn't allow you to come into that peaceful, nurturing energy. You could have constantly felt like it was almost a battle of the egos with this person. Like, I keep picturing in my head as I'm saying this, like two football players, like kind of at each other, right? So it's like this person could have always kind of put you on edge in the relationship. And so you felt no choice but to leave because you could have felt uncomfortable if you guys lived together. Like there was just never any peace in the home. And for others of you, you didn't live together, but they could have really disrupted the peace at your home. So wow, this person could have been someone who came over as well and really like caused a scene. Every time they came around your house, they could have made you feel like you had no choice but to ask them to leave at times. And however it went, they told people it was the opposite. Now look at that, 6 of Swords. This person's gossiping about you all because you got on that ship and you sailed away. You decided to end this like toxic relationship or whatever this could have been, this relationship that fizzled out. It maybe was very passionate and loving and nurturing at the beginning, but it just turned into arguments and disagreements, not seeing things eye to eye, disloyalty, and most importantly, it looks like a lot of dishonesty. And so you could have said, you know what? You will take your chances out on that stormy water and sail away from this person. And so this is why they're gossiping about you, because they could have thought, no way in heck would collective just like leave this connection, and you did. Now, for others of you, this person was trying to take some sort of business idea you had, or they were trying to straight up take your friends and family away from you. 7 of Swords really represents a thief in the night, someone who's conniving and trying to get away with something behind your back. So if you notice when you met this person, they didn't have that many friends, and by the end of the connection, you felt more isolated, and like, I'm just hearing like they could have had even like some of your best friends, like numbers in their phone, or your family members could have stopped talking to you but still stayed in contact with this person, either during or after the relationship. This person was trying to do that intentionally because it looks like this ex really wanted to be able to control your romantic love life. And for some of you, they wanted to be more popular in your friend group or in your community. So take that how it resonates. And they wanted to be able to do this to one-up you when it comes to opportunities. So look at that. Definitely had some sort of jealousy of you and your abundance, especially if you're someone who's like really self-sufficient, like you pay your own bills, you live on your own, you have your own car you pay for. This person could be very much so the opposite. I'm getting like major codependency vibes, and wow, my ear just rang big time. So yeah, definitely this person you were dealing with, this ex, was like super codependent, and so they could have actually told people this about you. And so they were like, you know what, there's no way that collective will ever leave because they need my energy, they need me around. And now that you could have left this connection and walked away, people are starting to see that some of the things this person said about you are instantly not true. But this person could have told people you were straight up crazy, that you were super immature, that you were very moody, that you were very irrational, and for some of you even that you were just like straight up like needed to get therapy or something, like you couldn't handle being in a relationship with them. But wow, Spirit's acknowledging that this was an injustice because it was the opposite of the truth. And every time that they were projecting about how maybe you were defensive at the end, collective, maybe you were standing up for yourself in a situation where you were constantly beat down by someone's words, or even physically for some of you guys. And for others of you, this person just kept trying to control and manipulate you and was like love bombing you all the time, gaslighting you with their words. And so you started to see that you were better off to walk away from this connection and take your chances on your own. And also, this person's gossiping because they could have really like started to copy things about you. Like, for example, they picked up a lot of habits of things you did in your life, if you are someone who loved to cook, or you're someone who loved a specific type of music, like they would shift to that. You would always notice that this person would shift to whatever you were doing. And you could have really caught on to that. And now that you've pulled away, this person doesn't have that access to you anymore. They don't have that inner knowing as to what you're up to next. Now, the biggest reason they're gossiping about you is because they really saw themselves having a family with you. For some of you, you could have actually had a child with this person and figured out really quick that they were non-committal. They weren't looking to settle down, and now they just have a kid that they weren't taking care of. But for others of you, it's like this person saw you as their baby mom or baby dad. They saw you as their wife or their husband. And the fact that things turned so south, they're trying to grasp onto you any way that they can. And so now they're doing that by gossiping about you to others so that no one else comes towards you, because they know that you're a catch. Like, they know that anyone would be super lucky to be with you guys. And so it's like they're trying to hold on to that energy so that no one else moves towards you. So let's get a few more cards from this deck and then we'll move on. Ace of Cups in reverse, literally. So this person has not let go of you. They still have a deep love for you. You could be aware of this though, especially if you ended things and just were like, okay, see ya. Like, this person could have really just been like, psh, what? Like, maybe in the past, I'm just kidding. I just hear like either a masculine or a feminine just being like, what? Like, maybe you blocked this person, or for others of you, you could have just said, listen, this is it. Goodbye. You know, cue the sad music, the heartbreak music. Dun, dun. Drop your heartbreak songs in the comments right now, you guys. If there's a song that reminds you of this ex in particular, if you resonate with this. But Judgment's here because they could have really gotten a taste of their own medicine, in a sense that if they were constantly being non-committal to you, but controlling you or aggressive, and you finally had enough and just said, you know what, like, enough's enough, and you walked away from this connection, this person did not see that coming. And so especially if it's a masculine there, they are kind of just stoic right now. They're sat up at home, just reminiscing is what Spirit's saying. But that just rubbed me the wrong way. For some of you guys, they're literally reminiscing on memories in order to gossip about you, to twist things around in the story. This person could have a arm tattoo on the front there in specific. That may ring of significance for some of you guys, but that won't be for everyone. This person definitely could be someone who has short hair. But if not, it's like this person is just thinking of ways to twist around past events that happened between you guys in order to stop you from moving forward. They just don't want to see you be happy with anyone else. Look at that, 3 of Swords in reverse. So if you had a couple dates since you and this person broke up, and it's like, I'm just getting that, like, you could have had a couple dates, things went amazing, and then all of a sudden you didn't hear from that person, you wonder what happened. Collective, Spirit wants you to know it wasn't you, it was this person, your ex, messaging those people, twisting words. They could actually tell people that you're still together as well. So for some of you, this person could have followed you and saw you on a date with someone new, or they could have heard about it through a friend or through the grapevine, and they could have went out of their way to been like, well, who? Like, that's my girl or that's my guy. And they messaged that person or called them up. For some of you, they had a personal confrontation with that person and told them to stay away from you in order to keep on a hold of you. Because they still have this hope in the back of their mind that you're going to feel like possibly maybe they want you to date a little bit, even though they're like super jealous and don't. But they feel like you're going to date and then realize that they're still the best cup. But for a lot of you, you've already let go. Like, that ship has sailed, and that's why you're in that boat trying to get away from this relationship. Like, you're on a boat. You're on a boat away from this ex, and they don't like it. So take that how it resonates, you guys. This is such an interesting reading so far. We're only on pile 2, y'all. So I really hope everyone's liking this message so far. If you do resonate, this ex is only gossiping about you because they feel like you are their life partner. They don't want to let go of this connection, and they could be secretly just a little bit bitter or salty that you don't see them the same way, that you decided to just really like take control of your life again and live life for you. And they could feel like, I thought we were in this together. Now, I will say this about this person, though. As much as they seem a little bit controlling or out there with your energy, at least this person really was loyal to you in a sense. Maybe they didn't always show you that side of them, but they feel like you two were going to work out whatever your issues were, no matter what. Like, even if it was like the worst thing in the world, they felt like, nope, you'll forgive them, things will smooth over, and they'll be better again. So for some of you too, if you broke up a few months ago, they thought, okay, like, let's give collective a few months. They'll heal, they'll get over it, and they'll come back to me. And the fact that you didn't, that's what they're realizing. Like, you didn't come back to them and they thought that you would. So definitely could be a Leo, definitely could be an air sign. We've got double air energy there. But notice how the Two of Swords is like the swords are up. So this person's ready to go to war for you. They're ready to battle off any new love interests. So if you are thinking of dating someone new, or you have someone new in your life that you're kind of just getting to know, even if you have a new boyfriend, new girlfriend, like, let this person kind of know what your past person's about. No one wants to get into too many details. Of course, you know, spare your new person the details of the drama of your past relationship. But in the same sense, it's looking like if you don't kind of express like, hey, this person's still holding on to me, we had a deep connection, things didn't work out, you walked away, this person might just come back and try and ruin that next connection. And it's only because they love you, right? They're ready to go to war for you is what I keep hearing. And like, just look at the unicorn blindfolded with the swords up. Just like 111 on the reading, 1 hour, 11 minutes. There you go. So for some of you, this person's convinced that's your soulmate, your life partner. So they're like, no, it doesn't matter who comes into your life. They're going to hold on to you guys. So really interesting reading, you guys. So this is pile 2. We're going to get a few messages from Spirit. If there's anything we can add into this reading, go ahead and like the video if you find this message is your pile and resonating with you. And yeah, I will leave it timestamped. Polyamorous. So for some of you guys, that's why you walked away, because you knew this person wasn't being honest with you. Your spirit guides could have really been giving you some intuition, or maybe that's why you clicked on this message, because you need to receive that clarity that yes, this person was entertaining other options, and it was time for you to walk away from that non-committal connection. So now this person is gossiping about you. They're sending you the evil eye. They want you to feel like you have no new love connections. Wow, just under that, we've got United Kingdom. So this ex could be from the UK, or you could be from the UK. But in particular, it's like, yeah, they're fending off anyone else trying to come towards y'all, because they're like, that person is mine. So this person is like, you know, it reminds me of like show and tell with the kids, like when you haven't learned the lesson how to share yet or move on. It's like someone's just like, nope, that's my person. Even if you guys broke up like a long time ago, they're still holding on to that energy of you guys and refusing to let go of you guys. Let's get some more messages. So hair. They gossip about your hair. Maybe you have recently changed your hair. You've made yourself look different. They tell people they don't like it. They are, look at that. So they're telling the truth to you. So when they tell you they're really fully in love with you and they want to be with you for the long term and they're not letting go of the connection, this is the truth that they're telling, right? Like they could be straight up telling you like, I'm not letting go of this. But we've got cheater at the bottom of the deck. So this ex could have definitely been someone who cheated on you. Now we've got computer technology. So this person could definitely keep tabs on you. If you guys lived together in the past, they could have had access to your computer in a sense. Now we've got Italy. So your person could either be from the UK or Italy, or you could be as well. And we've got Tokyo. So you or your person could be from any of those places. And really interesting because it's like this person is not letting go of you. Now, if you guys resonate with being a masculine or even a feminine who is dating a female, this person is a karmic in your life. This person was a lesson to learn and it was not meant to be a soulmate, but they are convinced that you are meant to be their life partner. So this is why they're refusing to let go of you. And they're just really holding on to your energy. And we've got spying at the bottom. So yeah, this person's totally keeping tabs on you, collective. And so yeah, the biggest thing that they're talking crap about to you too is they don't want you to have new love in your life. They want somehow, some way for you guys to make this work. They feel like too, see, notice how these are all, this is a really interesting message I just got a download from Spirit. Notice how these are all very far away from each other. It's like this person could have even expressed to you like they would go to the end of the earth for you. Like if you guys were at a distance before or there was anything between you, this person is willing to do anything to like make it work with you. And maybe too, this was part of something that could have scared you away or pushed you away. Because you knew in the back of your mind, anything that this person said, they were really just unloyal. This person was a cheater, or, you know, they could have been a virtual cheater, right? Someone who like talked to other people or entertained other people and flirted with other people in front of your face all the time. And maybe all these things were just huge turnoffs. But what they've been gossiping is like telling people that that's what you did. And they gossip and tell people that you were unfaithful, that you were someone that couldn't be trusted. And all of this is just because they're trying to hold on to the fact that they want the two of you to get back together. Now, for others of you, it's like something to do with your hair. They could gossip about it. Maybe you just cut all your hair off and you had really long hair and they don't like it, but they could tell you that they love it. But behind your back, they're like, ugh, like it looks horrible. Or they actually secretly love it and they're telling everyone like, no, it looks horrible. So take that how it resonates, because there's only so many ways the hair thing could go. But yeah, with the heart there, it's almost like they tell you to your face they love your hair, but behind your back, they're like telling everyone like your hair is spirit come through clutch. They tell people your hair is greasy, you don't take care of your hair. They don't like the color that you dye your hair or the way that your hair looks. I'm not sure if you style it a particular way or you part it a particular way. Maybe when you two dated at first too, like your hair just looked a lot different, but now it's like totally way different than that. Like you could have had blonde hair, now you have dark hair, or you could have had short hair, now you have long hair, or vice versa. And so they tell people like, like that's a nope. Like maybe they tell people they're not attracted to you anymore because of your hair, the way that your hair looks. They gossip about it. So with spirit guides there, your spirit guides are the ones that are really being truthful and trying to open up this communication to you as well. That just like, you knew that this person had no good intentions for you. That's why you sailed away from this connection. So even though this person's putting a lot of burdens on your life, making it hard for you to move on, stay positive, remember who you are, and realize that everything happens for a reason, right? If you're guided to get away from this person who's gossiping and being toxic about you, there's a reason for that. And you're going to meet someone who you vibe with much better. Now, last thing about why this person's gossiping about you, you could be planning on moving to one of these places, the UK, Tokyo, or Italy, and maybe they feel like they're totally going to lose a hold on you or know anything about your life when you make this big move. So they try to gossip and prevent you from having any collaborations, any work opportunities, and really just like make you feel like less than in a sense in order for you not to move on to these new cycles in your life. So that's the biggest message I'm getting there. This person doesn't want to see you move on. Six of Swords, look at that. And we had that before. Really interesting. Both piles had doubles for the two different decks there. So you're definitely on your way to a new journey. If you guys are planning to move to the UK or you're from the UK, maybe you're moving to the US, sacred how it resonates. And this person knows when you get away from them, you're going to feel a lot better about your life. And so they're trying to prevent you from making that move. Eight of Pentacles in reverse, Five of Cups, the Emperor. So biggest thing you should know, this person has talked crap about you to an authoritative figure. So say you have like a boss that they know or someone that they just hold in high honor. This person in particular has really like trash talked you your ex has trash talked you to this person. And maybe you had this person's respect in the past, if this is someone you both know. And now this person could have really turned their back on you based on what your ex has gossiped about you. And so this could be what's kind of coming into play, that things will turn around, remain positive. I feel like for a lot of you, this ex has tried to isolate you from your friends, from your family, or your community in order to have you come back to them. Because they feel like if you have no options, you'll have no choice but to take them back. So this person's got a really warped frame of mind. Whoever's going through this, I really send you healing, because I want you to stay strong in your journey. If you decided to get out of a toxic relationship, or a relationship where you're just not feeling it anymore, I mean, no one has the right to hold anyone back by misleading them and gossiping about them, right? And so there's a reason this is happening, though. This is going to teach you immense strength. And the more that this person gossips or slanders you, the more they're going to push that good karma into your life and bring in a beautiful relationship for you guys. Now, final messages Spirit wants me to say: if you do have a new relationship, this person did try to infiltrate it. Your new person might not have told you that. Some of you, they may have told you that. But this new person you're dealing with, this is only for a select few that are dating someone. This new person you're dating, they knew better than to listen to your ex, right? Because exes are exes for a reason. So this new person knew to give you a chance and to really open up their heart to you, instead of listening to a gossip or slander from your ex. Because the way that they came at them too, it really just let them know that secretly deep down they were still in love with you, and they just weren't willing to admit it. So we're going to leave that for pile 2, you guys. It looks like this is someone that is an ex to you, and they can't stop gossiping about you or keeping your name out of their mouth, because they are hoping that you will give them another chance and that you will rekindle this relationship by them cutting out all your new options for you. And essentially it looks like isolating you from others. So just be aware of this energy. Really protect yourself if you can at this time. And I'm sending you all prayers and beautiful day. And I hope that pile was able to resonate for you guys. We're going to hop into pile 3. Feel free to stick around if you want. And if not, take care. So let's clear these up and see what pile 3 is all about. And I will leave these time-stamped after the reading. Interesting. So far we got a boss and an ex who are bitter. For some of you, I'm just heard from Spirit that might be happening, like both those situations. So maybe both those situations you were able to gain a little bit of clarity on, if you know that someone from your past is trying to slow you down, and like an old workplace or someone you worked with who was an authority over you feels like you rejected them. Now, if that's the case for some of you, this won't be for everyone. Those people could be working together to gossip against you, but that's only going to be for like 2 or 3 of you guys. I do read a lot of energy though, right? So I like to give you guys a little bit of angles for this collective. So let's hop into pile 3 and let's just kind of see what energies come out. Thank you, Spirit, for letting me read this energy for the collective today. What messages do you want to deliver? Who can't keep the collective's name out of their mouth? And this is going to be pile 3. I will leave this time-stamped. Let me go ahead and actually just write that down before I forget. 1, 2, 3. 1 hour and 23 minutes in. We're starting with pile 3. Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. If you haven't already, please hit the like button to help get this video out there. If it's your first time stopping by, I really hope you're able to resonate. All right. So I got distracted now. I run out of times. Woo, okay. Knight of Swords, first card up. Could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Ace of Coins in the upright. Eight of Swords definitely could either be a Scorpio, an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, or an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Got double air energy. Got a little bit of course, now fire and water energy at the end too. So take it how it resonates, but all the signs are here. So it looks like who's gossiping about you. This is someone that views you as their competition. We've got the Tower there. So someone who's created tower moments when it comes to your career or who you are. Like you could be someone who's really noted in the public or seen for something that you do as a profession. And this person has purposely tried to mislead people and slander on your character. I'm hearing like a complete defamation of character assassination. This person really wanted to destroy the image that others have of you. This could have also been someone who was like a enemy by the fact that they could be involved with someone that you are hoping to be involved with or were previously involved with, because we've got the Three of Cups there. So it looks like it's not someone you're involved with currently, but someone who is like trying to compete with you for the same person. Almost like someone who's really made themselves your competition in a sense, either in a career sense or with a new partner. We've got Queen of Cups in reverse. So if you're feminine, this could be a feminine water sign trying to compete for someone with you. Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. I was about to say scope. So this person could be scoping out your social medias, trying to cause imbalance in your life. We've got Temperance in reverse. So this could be over a Sagittarius. And if not, this person is trying to cause some sort of imbalance in your life because they feel like you are their direct competition. They could be really jealous about the way that you look. Like say you're a feminine, this person's also a feminine. Or if you're a masculine, this person's also a masculine. Whoever this is feels like they're an alpha male or an alpha female. So if you embody that same energy, like a divine feminine or divine masculine energy, they feel like there isn't room for the two of you. They feel like they want to be the ones to kind of take hold of this situation. So they're gossiping about you in the worst kind of way. I already get like major snake vibes with this reading. This reading, it seems like the energy is going to be the heaviest because whoever this is isn't someone who loves you or has feelings for you. This is someone who just views you as an enemy. So they're the most ruthless, right? They don't have any feelings for you. They don't care what they say to you or say about you to other people. Definitely could be a Pisces. But this person in specific, it's like you could work a particular career field and this person is your direct competition, or that's how they see it anyways. Maybe you don't have competition, right? Usually 9 times out of 10, if you're in divine feminine or divine masculine energy, you're your own competition. You're in your own lane. And this person, even though they consider themselves an alpha male or an alpha female, they haven't learned those lessons yet because they're still gossiping and they're making you their competition for no reason, is what Spirit's saying. So for some of you, it has to do with the fact that you could both be interested in the same person. And for others of you, this is in like a career setting. This person knows that you're meant to have like an amazing future or a lot of abundance for you, lots of Pisces energy, but this person particularly could feel like they need to outdo you at all costs. So if they are someone who has more finances than you or more like recognition than you, but you guys do the same thing, they're taking advantage of that. They're trying to spread bad seeds about your name. Like if you guys work in a similar career field, they are telling everyone all this crap about you that isn't true in order to gain control of your outcome, of your opportunities. So for example, you could be someone who is an independent business owner, or you could be a creative type. For a lot of you, I'm getting, you could be a musician, or you could be even a comedian. You could be an independent contractor even. Say you're an independent contractor. This is like the competing business. So it's like they're going out of their way to tell everyone the work you do is poor quality. It's not of value. It's never going to be of value, and doing anything they can to prevent anyone from wanting to work with you, from wanting to pay you for your service or your particular skill. And most importantly, like, they're preventing you from having a career. That's what they're trying to do if they haven't already. So if you notice, like, for example, you're a musician and you don't get many plays on your songs, this person's behind the scenes orchestrating that. Like, they're the ones making sure you don't get on the next playlist, or that people look at you some type of way that you're not. So you could be someone who's a feminine, who's like single and abundant and very attractive, and they could tell people that you sleep around, that you sleep with people for opportunities, that you've never worked for anything in your life, that you get everything given to you based on how you look or the way that you give yourself to other people. And it's like, none of this is true. You can tell because it's all in reverse. So everything they've ever gossiped about you guys for this pile, regardless if it's that or it's on a different level, like say I said, if you're two contracting companies, they're telling people like your work is crap, like your work can't be trusted. Say you build decks, for example, they're telling people like the wood you use is like rotten. Like all your materials is shit and everything's just going to break down. And so like they're trying to explain to people that it's not in their best interest to work with you before these people even give you an opportunity, in order for them to claim their sense on the totem pole, and also to allow you not to surpass them, because they know you have so much talent and abundance waiting to be discovered. So if you are a musician, like I said, maybe you've applied for Spotify playlists, or you've tried to work with record companies. They've purposely went and messaged those people that could have been scouting you or interested in you and told them not to work with you in order to prevent you from surpassing them. So they really have been taking advantage of their position and their authority. And this person could definitely be someone who doesn't believe in spirituality. They don't believe in karmic law. They don't realize that like truly what goes around comes around. And so the more that they place these roadblocks in your way, the more that you're going to be blessed one day in public from spirit because of this person doing that. So for example, like if you do have a YouTube channel, or like I said, you're trying to do music, or you have a contracting business, all those clients and opportunities that they stop you from receiving one day are going to come in tenfold in a package, in a pretty bow so large that they're going to have no choice but to watch you receive it. And it's basically like they did it for you, because they tried to stop you and slow you down from receiving the opportunities at a regular rate like you were trying to. And so if someone tries to block your success for a number of months or years, even, I'm hearing, like some of you could be independent musicians for years and you should have been discovered and you just haven't been, and you know there's some trickery behind the scenes. That's this person. And it's all because maybe they're falling off the map, they're fading out. They could be someone who's older than you, or someone who just doesn't have exactly what you have, because you have this like originality about you that can't be replicated. It can't be duplicated. And so this person knows, like, notice the two roses, right? And the man in the middle. If the man has to choose between the two, well, the one's higher up because that is you. But this person's got you chained down in order to not be seen or recognized for the talent you truly have within you. And it's because, like, maybe too, if this person is a musician, like they use auto-tune and you don't. You could be totally all natural. Your voice could be very beautiful. Like your vocals could be very much so loud and empowering. And so this person knows, like, hold on, like, if this person like gets their chance to come up against me, it's over. And so for a lot of you, this person is terrified of that. Now, for others of you, this person could just be someone who's been in this company or industry, however it resonates, or this job, career for a long time, more than you. So they know that, you know, it's like there's always new ins and new people on the rise, new companies on the rise, right? If you're in a city or a town and all of a sudden your renovation business is doing amazing, right? Word of mouth spreads. Like, oh, did you hear about so-and-so's company? I heard they have way better prices than this company, and they're younger, or they're a fresher company. They work twice as hard, or, you know, like they have better materials because they're more modern. So like, for example, if you are in some sort of like independent business versus someone who's been doing it for a long time, you could come in with all this fresh ways of thinking, or you could have all these skills that this other person doesn't have. So for them to block you, they have to talk shit about you, because they know if you get in front of the same people that they're in front of, then you would be given the job over them. So take that how it resonates, you guys. That's a really heavy message. But yeah, it's like this person made themselves your enemy because they know that you're their number one competition. And that's what scares them the most. Now, if you're a musician, maybe this person has to pay someone to make their music, or to go to the studio to record their music. Like if they're a rapper or a singer or something like that, right? They have to pay everyone to do stuff for them. But if you are someone who is independent and you're able to do all of that, well, they already know that if you were placed in a room with a record deal and they were, even though they have that recognition and popularity, you're a triple threat. You've got all the skills before even being taught those things. So automatically, when you get that big opportunity, you're going to be successful. And so this is what they're lying on you, trying to prevent you from it. So, wow, if you're a musician, they try to tell people that you pay people to make your work. They could tell people that, say you made something originally. They could say, no, they actually had a hand in it. For others of you, they could say they knew through a friend of a friend. But all this gossip will eventually catch up with them, especially too, like say this is someone older than you. It's going to start to be noticed that they're just taking advantage of their authority against you, because who's to say there isn't room for both of you in these positions, right? But what's going to happen is the more that they attack you and try to prevent you from having your fair opportunity to come up, that is what's going to happen, that they're going to be knocked out at some point, and the new up and comer is going to be put in that spot. Now, especially too, like if they have a record company and all that, and they're trying to stop you from working with one, or if you're an independent like contractor or business career, even an independent magazine editor, I just heard, and you could be on your own, right? And then you're up against this big company and this person with all this clout. If you're able to do it all on your own, all of a sudden one of your articles or one of your songs or one of your projects or jobs is just going to be so consequential, so huge, so much of a great opportunity that you will be noticed by not only just them and their company, but everyone else around you. And so it's almost like they're pushing you into receiving that spot just through karma. And that's what they don't realize, right? Is like if they try and block you from having a chance to be singing with a certain band, or, you know, to play a live concert at the venue that they always play at, well, all of a sudden you're going to have a radio hit, or you're going to have an independent song blow up on TikTok, and they're going to literally sit back and go like F, right? Like, I'm not going to say it, but that's what's going to happen. And it's going to be a bigger blessing because spirit can see everything people do behind the scenes. And whoever you are, it's like spirit recognizes you just keep focused on your journey. Especially too, like say you have a platform or a small business, something like this where you speak and stuff, you do different things. The more others try and suppress you or lie on who you are as a person, and you keep working, you keep your head down and you keep working, eventually everyone's going to see the truth about how amazing and how original you are. So that's going to come out really strongly, right? And no one's going to be able to prevent that. Ace of Wands too, whatever this is, this career, this focus that this person's trying to fight you for, you're very passionate about it. Like you put your all into this. So you could be someone who spends many hours working this job or working for this business or this passion, and you really like put your all into it in a way that this person does not. This person may be used to when they started, but they lost that passion. They lost that perseverance. And so 7 of Cups, look at that. You're going to have beautiful options come in for you. And the biggest thing is it's like this person just keeps trying to talk shit about you to like bigger people is what I'm hearing, like to prevent you from receiving a large opportunity. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. My intuition's on point, and look at literally promotion. Says you are being guided towards your true life purpose. Your angels ask now that you go with the flow and accept those changes. Good time ahead. fashion, makeup artist, stylist, and light worker. So some of you guys could be either a light worker or a fashion or makeup artist and stylist, and you know that this person has been sending you evil eye, talking shit about you, trying to stop you from getting clients, trying to stop you from getting recognition. And I'm hearing from Spirit the recognition you deserve, like rightfully so. So this person really has tried to break you down. We've got they were stressed out. So whoever this is really stressed out about you receiving this opportunity, because they can only suppress you from receiving opportunities for too long. I'm just loving Spirit right now. New opportunities are headed your way soon. You guys, I hope this is bringing some clarity. Whoever has gone out of their way to prevent you from being seen or noticed in the spotlight, they're about to see it, and everyone else is about to see how petty and jealous they were in the first place. Like whoever's been gossiping and talking crap about you, your spirit guides have been trying to warn you. So it's definitely someone in your career field, in your particular like niche of interest or your passion, and they definitely talk shit about your hair. So maybe this is someone who really admires your hair deep down, but they tell people they think it's ugly or that you copied their hair, I'm hearing. So for some of you, maybe this person thinks you copied their hair. So take it how it resonates. If this person and you do have similar hair, they could tell people you copied it, but really maybe in reality, like you had no idea who this person was originally. You had no intentions on even copying them, and they just like took it and ran with it. So we've got stay positive. Whoever this is, like I said, they've totally tried to make you their competition, and it's just petty. Like I'm really feeling like you guys are focused on your future. So social media stalker, this enemy of yours, they watch you all the time. So you're going to know who this is. For some of you guys, you could be a chef or a sous chef, and this could be a chef or a sous chef that's doing it to you. I really get the vibe that you're the sous chef and this person is the chef, or, you know, take that for any other career role, right? Like this person has more authority or more experience than you. And so ultimately, like this person is really trying to one up you with that. So San Diego, either you're from San Diego or this person in particular that is putting you through this is from California. Now, for some of you, maybe they know you're trying to get out to California, so they're trying to burn all those bridges for you to stop you from ever getting the opportunity to get out there. Your spirit guides are actually going to give you some sort of insight, a way that you can stand out to create more originality against this person, so that when they keep talking all this slander about you, it's going to be seen as them just being jealous and petty, and it's going to be realized soon. For some of you, this could be a competing fitness business, or this could be a fitness instructor in specific. So maybe you're someone who wanted to become a fitness instructor, or this could have been someone you once looked up to, but now you've realized how petty they are and how much they've made themselves your known enemy. And for some of you, it's like this person could pretend they're so positive, go lucky, but in reality, they're a social media stalker who literally tries to stress you out. And it's like, if this is two feminines, this person could have really connived you in one way. So some of you guys need to get a new phone number ASAP. This is Spirit really acknowledging this. This has been coming out my readings for about a week or so, you guys. So I feel like this is a message for a lot of the collective right now. If any of these situations are resonating, a known enemy, a crazy old boss, or an ex who's still in love with you, time to change your phone number. And if you guys just tuned in and didn't see those other piles, make sure to tune back and check out one of those piles if you have a calling for it. But yeah, for some of you guys, especially this enemy pile, since it came out here only, if this person has your phone number, they are trying to set you up in some type of way. Could be giving it out to people you don't want to have your number. And for others of you, they could really just be trying to like set you up, is what Spirit keeps saying. So maybe change your phone number. Definitely consider that. Let's get a couple final messages. Wow, and some of you guys could be teachers. So if you are someone who is a supply teacher and you're trying to land a full-time position, this could be someone who does have that full-time position, who should actually be mentoring you or inspiring you, but instead they're really taking advantage of their authority and trying to bring you down. So I'm just gonna have a sip of my water. Couple cards, and then we're gonna hop into the final pile. This enemy, though, the way that they talk shit about you is they really try to bring down your looks. They try to compare the way that you look versus how they look. And for a lot of you, they try to say that you copy their style or you try to mimic them. And look at that. It's the Hierophant in reverse. So it's actually the opposite. They copy you. Could be a Taurus, or you could be a Taurus. We've got Four of Swords in reverse. So this person wants you to feel like totally isolated, left out. Like people think you're just a copycat, but really it's like they're the person stalking your social media. So wow, for some of you guys, you could have blocked this person. Maybe your spirit guides gave you the intellect that this person was copying you, and so you blocked them. And Queen of Pentacles there, you definitely could be an earth sign. This person knows that you have a lot of abundance and beauty. Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo could resonate for you guys. This person knows that you're meant to be successful, and so they're trying their hardest to not let you come into that new cycle in your life, because once you do too, it's like you're going to be able to show them up. Maybe too, like this person has more money than you, so they could have nicer clothes, or they could have designer brands, and you know, they just look better. They've got more tattoos, or they have nicer car. They have a nicer house because they have money already. But it's like what it comes down to is they know when you're given that opportunity, you're going to outshine them. Two of Wands, and that's because they lack the passion and the dedication that you do to this particular interest. They could be kind of lazy with their career as well, because if they already have a lot given to them, they don't find the need to work as hard. But there could be you, someone who is really working towards this dream. You could live in a small town or a city, but like somewhere that's not in the land of where you need to be for opportunities, right? So for a lot of you, it's going to be LA that you want to move to, and maybe this person already lives out there, so they feel like, oh, well, they've got it in the bag. But what they don't realize is, you know, Spirit works in beautiful ways, and you guys just need to keep working hard, because this person is meant to teach you the lessons of strength. Most importantly, whoever made themselves your competition or enemy, they're going to have no choice at one point to watch you shine brightly. And I feel like the sad reality is you two could have probably gotten along and been friends, but this person has made a point to send you the evil eye and to really try and outcast you from this particular opportunity or this career field. So Seven of Wands, they see you as just major competition. They feel like at night they can't even sleep. They constantly think about you and what you're up to. They know that one day you're going to be worldwide renowned, like known across the world. So they try to purposely block you from having that success as well, with the World in reverse. This person could actually have pictures of you saved on their phone. They show people these pictures. They try to compare how you two look similar or how you copy and replicate them. This person could have been really slandering your name for a long time now. I'm hearing 2 to 5 years. And for others of you, 2 to 5 months. So take it how it resonates. But this could be a fire sign in particular doing this as well. Aries, Leo, or Sag. Or we've got the Taurus energy there. And we've got Aquarius. And we've got Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So your person, the enemy here, could be any of those signs. But I feel like collective, whoever you are, you don't have enemies. Like you are so focused on just paving a way for yourself. And this person is like throwing down dirt everywhere you turn, trying to make it almost impossible for you just to be successful or feel stable in your life. And it's like too, this person could have painted false illusions in the past. Maybe they like made you have like a boasted up profile or hyped up following, so you thought like, oh, you were doing better than you were. But in reality, it's just this person like trying to fake things so that when you start receiving no views or no support, you're confused as to why no one supports you. And it's because this person has so much spare time that they try to create an imbalance of your life by gossiping to you and then creating fake pages on your profiles. Like, for example, if you have a TikTok, you could notice often more than not, there's these random people that like your videos or follow you, but they've got like no followers, no pictures, and their name's like user1278, right? This is this person. This is literally your enemy / competition trying to make you feel like, oh, I'm getting popular. And then all of a sudden you go back to having 2 or 3 likes on your videos or your posts, or you drop a new song and no one pays attention to it. It's them purposely trying to infiltrate and control your mind. And meanwhile, as they're doing this, they could actually be gossiping, Spirit's saying, and telling people that you're making fake profiles to hype your account up. And meanwhile, you're about to receive this clarity that you could have already known that this person is trying to do it behind the scenes. And for others of you, if you did have a big following and you don't anymore, or those people are just like neutral, they follow you, but they don't pay attention to you, it's because this person talks so much shit about you in order for those people to turn their backs on you. So that's a really sad world we live in, you guys. This person can only stop you from being successful for so long, though. I just saw the Tower as I was shuffling, and Ace of Swords in reverse. So whoever this is lying on you has started to be kind of exposed for being mischievous and conniving. And people are seeing as well, like, why would someone with everything in the world going for them waste so much time on the collective who seems to really have to work that much harder to get the recognition, right? Like, this person could have like 500,000 following or 1 million following, and they could try and beat you down, and you have like 500 followers or 1,000 followers. And it's just odd to people. So they're starting to notice that the more this person talks shit about you, and the more this person says you're doing this and you're doing that and you're copying them, they're like, why do you even care? Like, you literally have success and recognition, right? Like, why are you so petty and jealous? And so this person's true colors are kind of starting to come out, because if someone is that successful and they're so worried about what you're doing, collective, and you haven't made it yet, what does that say about you guys? That says that you're going to make it big one day, and this person knows that. And that's why they're so concerned. But what they don't realize is the more that they focus on you instead of being grateful for what they have right now, the more that opportunity can pass them by, and they're going to look back and regret and wonder why they didn't work as hard as you did or appreciate things as much as you did when they had it. And so that's the biggest lesson that you're actually meant to teach this person. This person is meant to teach you perseverance against your enemies, not to give up. But at the same sense, you're teaching this person who's had everything that much easier than you, or who are, maybe they didn't even have it easier than you. I don't want to say that's for everyone, right? But for some of you, maybe they already have it, but they're not appreciating it because they're getting so caught up in what the next up and comer is, or who they are. Because this person recognized that energy on you right away. There was just like this inner voice that told them, like, that person's going to make it one day. Or something you do or say, you speak or you create, they just knew. Like, say you're a fashion designer competing with a large fashion designing company, they just knew, like, straight up that you just haven't been recognized yet. A diamond in the rough, right? A needle in the haystack just waiting to be discovered. But it's like they know that even they're paying attention to you. It's a matter of time before other people start to really look at you like, wow, look at you go. But this is the thing, you guys, it's a sad reality. It's like this person should really just appreciate what they have in the moment, because just like that, you could be sitting comfortable in your, couple million dollar house with your millions of followers or big following, and you've got the top of the chart songs, or you're selling the most clothes online, or however it resonates, you're the top earning business company. But just like that, it can change when you don't appreciate what you have in front of you. And so the biggest lesson for you guys and them is just to always remain humble and grateful, because collective, that's when spirit really hands you things and allows you to hold on to it. When you don't forget where you came from, and you don't lose sight of where you're going based on who's around you. And so this is a big lesson for you and them both. But for a lot of you guys, you're on the opposite side of the fence, right? You're literally fighting tooth and nail to just get noticed. by anyone, and this person could really be trying to block you from having that recognition. But jealousy is an ugly bee, right? Like, jealousy is green for a reason. And for a lot of you guys, you know, you could even almost be inspired by this person, like, wow, like, that's where I hope to be one day. And yet this person's looking at you like, I'm never going to let you get there. But it's not up to them. It's up to spirit at the end of the day. And so if you guys have felt discouraged because you are dealing with an enemy who's trying to block you from getting the recognition you deserve by gossiping, talking shit, lying on your name, saying you're a copycat's the biggest one I get out of this pile. Copycat, fake. I just heard fake bitch. So for some of you, if it's a feminine, they tell people you're just like fake as anything. They could actually tell people you had surgery, which maybe you're all natural, never have, and they've had surgeries, but then they tell everyone it's you. And for a lot of you, right, if you don't have much of to show for yourself yet and you're working towards something, you could have no surgeries or anything, and they could have all the like lip injections, their boobs done or their butt done, and they're like telling people that's you. So that won't resonate for everyone, but for some of you, it's like this person does have a lot material wise, and they have a lot of money in the bank. Maybe they have a big house, they're on the top of the charts, or, you know, everyone knows worldwide who they are, however it resonates, but they don't realize the more they focus on blocking someone like you, it's like they could be the queen bee right now and you're like the small worker ant, and they're trying to stop you from having a chance, you know? And it's just like, maybe you'll never even be as big as they are in the world, but you're meant to be known as someone. And what they don't realize is the more they try and block you, the more they're taking themselves out. 10 of Pentacles, beautiful. So you guys are meant to be very successful though. If you resonate with this pile, you are definitely meant to have some sort of riches or abundance in this life. But this enemy has blocked every opportunity from you receiving it so far. I feel like in the past, you could have had an air sign that was interested in working with you, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And this is an air sign doing this to you, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. But this person actually changed their mind on working with you. 15555 on the reading. So triple or quadruple fives there. And it was based on their gossip or slander about you. And the sad reality is, like, this person agreed with them and said, okay, I'll take your advice. But at the same time, it ruined their relationship, or it made them look at them differently. Like, well, wait a minute, why are they so jealous or like twisting and not wanting me to work with this person? Like, obviously there's a reason behind it. And for a lot of you, like, this person might not even know you personally. They just know of you through people. And this is what it's all about. This person's exposing themselves. 6 of Cups definitely could be a water sign though, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But this person's exposing themselves because the more that they talk about you to others, the more people are realizing, well, how do you even know all of this about them if you don't know them, right? So it's starting to come out that, like, they keep tabs on your social media. They are the ones trying to block you from this opportunity. So biggest thing I get is they could tell people that you're like terrible to work with, or that you would just like really like not get anyone's attention, or you would cause a scene. For others of you, they say that you're a fake person or you're ungrateful. And for others of you, they just say you're terrible at your job, whatever that could be. And it's like people are starting to look at them funny, like, well, if you have all this recognition and you have the respect of so many, then why are you using it so negatively? Why are you coming up against someone? So, whew, that pile, you guys. I also feel like this person, though, like I said, they keep close tabs on your life. They really do. And maybe even for some of you, it's like the person that they were dating or dealing with could have been interested in you. So it's like, in specific, what it comes down to is people are starting to kind of just like catch on that this person is either jealous of you, or they know that you're meant to be successful. So they are trying to block you from achieving that success. And like I said, that's when spirit makes those tower moments really happen. Like, oh, okay, so you're going to leave this person in poverty when I want them to be abundant, right? 9 of Swords in reverse, 10 of Pentacles. You're supposed to be very successful right now, you guys. Maybe you feel like people have really tried to hold you back or block you. It's like too, they could tell people, like, say you have a content platform or you have a small business or you speak about something in particular, they could tell people like you're misinforming people or you're not being truthful, any little bit of lie that they can to hold you from moving to the next level. And this is only going to last for so long. You could feel really defeated right now if you know that, like, for example, it's like with TikTok, right? Someone could be spamming all your videos or your Instagram videos, making it look like you get thousands of views, but really it'll be like 5 people that like the video. Well, you used to maybe get 50 to 100 people that like the video and only 100 views. But this person went and talked to those 25 to 35 people, made them turn against you, and then they sit and just repeatedly watch your video to make it look like you're literally a loser. So I'm hearing, wow, from Spirit, they tell people you're a loser, like people do not like you, or if you were to have an opportunity to be noted in the public, like people won't pay attention to you because you're just plain, you're boring. And meanwhile, behind the scenes, they're literally setting you up for these failures. So it's going to come out one day or another. For some of you guys, this person's going to get caught watching your social media, either by their boss or by the person that they told not to work with you. And so they don't see this coming, but they could keep really close tabs on you to the point that someone's going to catch them and realize, okay, all of this was just to block them from being as successful as you are. Like, how freaking petty. And you guys, for some of you, they will straight up have the karma of either losing their position or just losing a lot of respect, really, is what I feel from others when they realize that this person didn't want to be a team with you. They didn't want to see you come up, so they purposely tried to block you. All right, you guys, that was a very interesting pile 3 there. So your enemy is starting to expose themselves is the last thing Spirit wants me to say. Especially if you know they're like a bully to you. They constantly watch your pages or stalk your career or your work. However that resonates, they're starting to be noted for what they're doing. And it's only a matter of time for you to get your opportunities. So we're going to hop into pile 4. Just got to go ahead and clear up this pile and see what's going to come out for you guys. Go ahead and drop a comment if you know that you have an enemy in your life that has kind of put themselves there, even though they have a lot more than you and they have a lot more to be grateful for. But for some reason, they're hyper focused on you guys. That's the sense I'm getting. Like, they could check your social media every day before you go to bed, or for some of you guys, multiple times. Because they also know that you're going to receive a big opportunity at some point. So they're trying to infiltrate it. So they constantly watch your page to see what happens. And for others of you, this person goes as far as to send you fake messages or fake opportunities just to slow you down. So be aware and make sure you are filtering out what's real and what's a false opportunity. Really interesting one, you guys. I'm loving this reading tonight. I hope it's able to bring some clarity. So, all right, we are hopping into pile 4. And that's going to be at 2 hours, 2 minutes. And we'll just put 25 seconds by the time I clear these cards. Oh, it's going to take me a little longer. We'll do 2:02:30. Oh, my goodness. When you got one of those mechanical pencils, so it keeps like bust down Tatiana as I'm trying to do. Perfect. All right. So maybe some of you guys are musicians or rappers. I just heard bust down Tatiana, bust down Tatiana. I want to see you bust down. You could also be a competitive dancer for some of you guys. Okay. So here we are, and we're getting ready for the 4th and final pile. Thank you to anyone who was tuned in start to finish. I hope you were able to find some clarity from this reading. So, Spirit, let's get all the clarity needed for this final pile and see what messages you would like to deliver to the collective. Also, hope everyone's doing amazing tonight. And I'm just wishing you some positive vibes because that last pile was a little heavier than I definitely expected. I mean, I didn't know how this was going to go, but this reading has just been like a lot more in depth for you guys as well. So I'm really happy that hopefully I could bring a little bit of clarity. Okay. Ooh. We've got the citrine for the last one here. 6 swords in reverse, the Magician, King of Swords. All right, Queen of Cups in reverse. So this definitely looks like a family dynamic. Who is gossiping about you big time? Could either be an aunt or an uncle, or it's your parents. Sorry to say this. So we'll see how it goes as we dive into it. But it's someone close to you. Definitely family members. Knight of Swords. Could be a whole family dynamic. If you've got a brother, could be like your parents and your brother. We've got Queen of Swords. You could have a vindictive sister. It looks like you've totally been maybe gossiped or outcasted by your family for some of you guys, based on your spiritual beliefs or based on your career path. For others of you, it's who you choose to marry, who you chose to get involved with. Your family's gossiping about it. And for some of you guys, it's because however this is played out in your life, they all kind of came up against you and they all know that they're causing an injustice to you. So this is why they continue to talk shit. Because, like, for example, if you've been isolated away from your family, or your family just kind of doesn't include you in plans anymore and stuff, they talk shit about you because they know that they're wrong. They know that they shouldn't even be doing this to you. Knight of Wands in reverse. Look at that. Yeah, so it could be if you have 2 brothers and it looks like parental figures. So either an aunt and an uncle, or a mother and a father and a stepmother, a mother and a stepfather. Take it how it resonates. But definitely heavy like masculine energy here. So someone you look at as like a father figure. We've got the Emperor there. So Aries and Taurus energy, and King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. 10 swords in your back. So if you did something that was drastic in your life, you made some major life changes. Like some of you guys could have went 180 on a career path. Or for some of you, I'm hearing you married someone or committed to someone that your family did not approve of. And so your family could have really left you out. For some of you guys, they stop giving to you altogether. They don't call on your birthday. They don't reach out. They don't come visit you. If you live somewhere that's further away from them, they could have felt some sort of betrayal from you deciding to leave the family. Like, say, for example, you guys were all from a small town. You could have chose to move away from that in order to follow your dreams, and they talk shit about it. So it's like, instead of them trying to understand you, they try to isolate you and make you feel bad about choosing yourself instead of this family dynamic. Now, I feel like this is the only pile specifically too, you're majorly outnumbered, because it's like 3 or 4 energies coming up against you. If you don't have siblings, because I see like a younger feminine and a younger masculine energy, it could even be like an aunt or an uncle or cousins that are working with 2 older energies, which are a couple. And they're all speaking negatively about you. They're trying to block financial opportunities from you guys as well. 3 of Coins in reverse. They're trying to make you struggle. These people gossip a lot about your financial opportunities. So they could either assume that you do have a lot of money, or they could assume that you're broke and have no money, and they gossip about you to everyone and tell people like you're a leech. They tell people you're constantly trying to beg them for money, that you have nothing going for you. Wow, I just heard that they gossip and tell people you're a loser. Look at, they tell people that things are never working out in your life. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. That you constantly have to leech off other people. Knight of Wands in reverse. They tell people that you are delusional for some of you guys. That you don't have real passions. Or like whatever you are passionate about, that it's wrong. So like, for example, because you guys are watching tarot right now, You could have a family member that knows you watch tarot, and they could all like talk shit about you behind your back for either having spiritual gifts or being involved in tarot. For others of you, it's the fact that you have a belief in divinity, in God in general. A lot of these people have not let you know this, but they could be a part of a secret society or a cult, or they just don't straight up believe in God. And so if you are someone who is very spiritual and does, they really try and attack you for your personal beliefs. Ace of Swords, so we've got that Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy again. And if not, it's like just in specific, it's really, I'm getting 3 or 4 people that are doing this. They're teaming up against you and using their 3 or 4 voices to manipulate the rest of your family or people around you into thinking that like you are on the wrong path. But look at that. You just came out as the Empress. So feminine or masculine, you are literally radiating happiness, peaceful energy, and you're meant to be abundant in your life. So whoever is trying to pick on you for the path that you're on, just know that you're meant to be on this path. And there's no one that's going to stop you from being on this path. Now, they're trying to block you from having success. They're telling people as well that you don't have a job or that you're not successful. They could tell people you don't have any finances. They could tell people that what you do for work isn't a real job. So if you're an aspiring artist, like for example, you're a painter, you're a poet, you could be a photographer, anything creative I'm getting. They tell people that's not a real job, that you're holding on to a false dream, that you're not willing to let go of a false dream. For others of you, you could be prophesizers or divinity readers, or you could even be someone who is like a youth worker, right? But these are all jobs that sometimes are more charitable work than they are like income. And so they tell people that you aren't someone who's ever going to have money in the bank because you constantly are okay with just getting by or being in poverty. But it's like you're literally, whatever you're doing right now, you're really helping other people. So this is something that you're meant to do, and they don't see that. But see, for a lot of you, you could have been isolated for a number of years. And so they don't have any idea of what your finances are like or aren't like. Now, also, too, we just went through that pandemic. So I'm feeling like for some of you guys, say you worked like a lower end job. Like say you worked in an industry that was closed during the pandemic and you were someone laid off. Because a lot of jobs were laid off, right? It's like unless you worked in an office that could work from home, or unless you were a tradesperson, or unless you were a hospital worker, almost half or more of the world was laid off for a certain period of time. And so maybe the rest of your family all works careers where they had to keep going during the lockdowns and that, but you could have been someone who you couldn't work. And so maybe they just have told people ever since that you're lazy, that you don't work. For others of you, they tell people that you constantly borrow money from them, that you're never going to get a one-up on your finances. They could tell people that you're unwilling to work for some of you guys. And Knight of Coins there, they tell people that you're just naive with your money as well. If you're someone who lives at home, this is your parents doing this. They're like secretly talking about the fact that you've never made enough money to save up and move out. And so they could be, look at that, toxic ways in reverse. So they could find it to be really toxic. But in reality, it's like this is spirit pointing out this family coming up against you is extremely toxic. Because regardless of what situation you're in right now currently, if you live at home, collective, or if you're struggling to get by with your finances, just know that spirit's acknowledging you're doing the best that you can. And so for these people to not be upfront with you about what they think about you or your job or where you're at in life, and to talk about you behind your back and to team up against you like that, spirit's acknowledging how toxic it is, how like unfair it is. And they're giving you strength. That is so beautiful, you guys. They're acknowledging the fact that you've had a tremendous amount of strength to stand up against these people or to stand alone. Take it how it resonates. Now, for some of you, these people have talked about you so badly that they could have you blocked now, or they could not communicate with you whatsoever. But it's only because they're trying to hide the fact that they've talked all this shit about you. And they know that once they communicate with you again, the truth is going to come out. So like I'm hearing specifically, you could have a parental figure, a father or a mother, an aunt or an uncle, someone who is like older than you, that's always been there for you most of your life. And this is the person who's kind of the ringleader of it all. So they purposely don't speak to you because what they're doing is wrong and they know it. And you know, if you're going through a situation like this where someone's literally trying to like make you feel worse about maybe having a lack of finances, or maybe you're a little bit lost on your path, right? It happens to all of us. Maybe you just graduated college and you've been in school for 5 years and you're not sure, you can't find a job yet, so you haven't been able to move out. And maybe for others of you, maybe during the pandemic, you experienced a job loss. And so maybe that created this instability in your life where you realized you wanted to find a career outlet that's going to make you stable for the long term, where you don't have to rely on, if the economy crashes again, that you're going to be out of work and you're going to be in desperation. And so maybe instead of actually talking to you about this, it's like this family is literally isolating you and talking shit about you. But it's like, isn't a family supposed to communicate directly with those they care about the most? And especially too, if you're the younger one in this situation, because I feel like a lot of you, these are people older than you. It could even be grandparents doing this about you, right? Back in their day, things were a lot different. Well, I'm sure they were, right? Especially if you have grandparents that were baby boomers or, 60 to 80 years old, or even older. Maybe some of them are past and maybe it's just like one grandparent. But however it resonates, it's like the whole world has changed so much since then, right? The economy, jobs, job opportunities. Nowadays, a lot of people are actually working from home, or, you'll even see people in their young 20s or mid 20s that are successful entrepreneurs that make more money than any of your families ever made, right? And so if you have that unconventional beliefs or that ability to see yourself as someone who wants to be financially independent on your own, regardless of how long it takes to get there, or for others of you, it's like you have a dream and they don't agree with it. You want to be a musician, you want to be an actor or an actress, you could want to be a model or a photographer. And so because these jobs are really hard to come by to get that recognition, this family in particular, these family members are talking shit about you instead of being your support system. So they could tell people that you're delusional or you're searching for the needle in the haystack, when in reality, we all have the ability to manifest the best life possible for us, but it starts with you guys believing in yourselves and putting in the work to do it. I don't care if you're 20 or 40, even if you're 40, you could all of a sudden land a role in a Netflix show and boom, you're known as an actor, right? Think about the one guy, it's the guy from Game of Thrones. I know he tells his story, he's a bit older, but he was literally on the street. One of the Targaryen brothers. He was literally on the street with his cat, homeless, and then he landed the role in the Game of Thrones. And now he's known across the world and it forever changed his life. So it doesn't matter what age you are. Maybe you guys are in your late 20s or your 30s. So whoever this is talking shit about you doesn't believe, it's like they feel like your time's already passed. Right? Or if you're a model, you could be 32 and, most models are between 18 to 22 when they do get hired. But who's to say that an amazing designer doesn't see you on the street one day and say, I want you in my show. And then all of a sudden you're on Vogue. It's all starts with us believing those things within ourselves in order to make it come into fruition. And it doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, or how old you are. So for some of you, maybe you're someone who looks outside of the norm. You could be very different in the way that you love to style yourself or your appearance. And maybe your family just is like looking at that typical way of being or what they consider society to accept. So they're refusing to see part of their own family, right? Their own bloodline be that successful person. And so a lot of you could be isolated because of these facts, this knowing. Especially I'm hearing if you're an actor, actress, comedian, musician, model, or photographer. Those are the main things coming out right now. Your family does not accept or think that you are going to get your lucky break, but you guys keep working towards it because spirit has a beautiful way of working out. But it all starts with you truly believing in yourself, no matter what opposition comes against you. And you know, this whole reading is about gossip, who's gossiping on you. A lot of these people in your family, the reason too that they could even be gossiping about you is because you're making moves that all of them wish they had the confidence to do. Like in reality, right? This person that's older than you, maybe they always wanted to do what you're doing or something similar in a creative field, but they never put the belief in themselves. They could have maybe even had someone in their past that was like their parents or their grandparents or their aunt and uncle that tried to stop them from following their dreams. And so now they're actually projecting that same belief onto you. But you guys are the generation breakers. You're the curse breakers. You're the ones who realize that it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks as long as you truly follow your heart and in what makes you happy. That's where it starts, right? Then divine and spirit moves for us. Like spirit is able to move mountains when we see ourselves in that possibility. And even if you don't believe in spirituality, like, you know, that's the fact of life. That's the laws of attraction in the universe, right? It's all about speaking it into existence. And of course, for a lot of you, putting that hard work in. So if you're in a place of, you know, like struggle right now, or trying to find a good job or land stability in any sense, and you feel like people are not believing in you, you know, the one sad part of this final message that I have to deliver is your family. It probably is the hardest, because if you resonate with this pile, you know, you probably feel like the family is the ones that are supposed to support you the most. And I agree with that. Your family should be lifting you up, should be cheering you on more than your friends, more than strangers, and more than coworkers. But it's a sad reality we live in, that a lot of people live in this mentality of, well, they don't feel like it's possible. For some of you, they feel like you're just not going to achieve that success, so it's going to break your own heart. But it's just like they are talking shit about you instead of actually confronting you with these truths. So this is what I don't like about this pile. I gotta say, this is my least favorite pile, you guys. I didn't think this was gonna come out. Like, this reading has it all for any of the piles, but I just trusted in spirit and what messages were delivered. And it's like, if you guys feel isolated or alone, or like your family, if you live with them still and you should be on your own, and they're kind of talking crap about you for being stuck or not being as far as you want to be in life, just know that you need to keep that faith within yourself in order to keep going. So 5 of Wands in reverse. This is really beautiful. Terrible to see though, because it's like, it's spirit acknowledging that you have all the talents and the abilities to achieve whatever this thing is that you're trying to do. Maybe you're trying to start a small business, or for others of you, it's one of those creative careers that I mentioned. And the people around you are talking shit about you because not only are you trying to break the mold of what society wants, but you're not listening to what they want for you. So that's the biggest thing. 22202 on the reading. You aren't listening to the path that they set out for you. So maybe your family specifically said you needed to be a doctor, or you needed to be a teacher. You know, you needed to be, maybe they're in trades. So they said you need to be an electrician. You need to have a stable job. And although, like, kudos to those people, right? Those jobs are amazing and they are jobs that society needs. Everyone's entitled to work the career that they would like to work. So you guys should never feel pressured or outcasted or be talked shit on and gossiped because you don't have the same career choices that your family may. So maybe your entire family is full of contractors or teachers, and they could look at you differently because here you come along and you're an artist, right? You just want to paint and get your painting seen in a gallery across the world, in France, in the Louvre. That could be a dream of yours. For others of you, maybe you dream of just moving to somewhere super urban and being able to put your artwork out there, maybe New York, or I'm hearing Milan. For others of you, Italy, the UK. And maybe your family just really doesn't believe in that, and so they don't see those things as possible for you. But Spirit's acknowledging your ability to keep youthful at heart, regardless of what age you are, to keep that like spirit about you and that innocence about you, and knowing it's like Peter Pan. I just literally think of Peter Pan looking at this card and feeling like, you know, it doesn't matter what age you are, right? Like, tap your feet twice and believe in your dreams. I feel like that's ૾𝑼𝑚, but regardless, you could be a feminine watching, feminine or masculine. You could also love Disney. Ooh, so maybe for some of you, you love Disney and your family makes fun of you for loving Disney. That's terrible. I love Disney. What? I don't know who that message is for, but regardless, it's like, you could be someone who's very young at heart, and maybe you are in your late 20s now, and people are like, okay, time to grow up, collective. Quit giving up, or like quit living the facade that you're going to make it, you know? Maybe you've tried to be a musician for like 10 years. Or for others of you, maybe you were a late bloomer. Maybe you just got in your 30s and you decided you wanted to be an actor and actress. But like I said, the story about that actor, right? It doesn't matter what age you are. These people just shouldn't be trying to put you down. So biggest thing they're talking about in this pile, it's your family, talking about your lack of finances, your belief in this wild dream. So you'll know how it resonates. And other messages I get is the way that you live an unconventional life. So either your spiritual beliefs, your schedule, or even just like you could be a modern day hippie, or for some of you guys, you date someone who has these same like out there beliefs and people don't understand it. I get for a lot of you, your family could outcast you based on who you're dating or who you love. The person you could love could have a neck tattoo, or they could have a tiger tattoo. Take it how it resonates. They could also have shaved head at the sides. And they could also be someone who is more like that youthful vibe about them as well. They could also just be young at heart or younger than you. Take it out resonates. But both these characters look pretty young here in these cards. So it's the fact that the two of you maintain this innocence about your life, about the path you're headed on. And this is where your family is talking shit about you. They feel like, ugh, like when is collective and their partner going to grow up? So for some of you, maybe you two have a very passionate on and off relationship. So they could talk shit about the fact that they feel like you two need to just like let go of each other and move forward. But maybe you two know like deep down you have this deep understanding about your connection and what it is. Or you have this really like profound love is what Spirit's saying. And you know, sometimes like good things are worth, wow, 2 cups at the bottom. Yeah, definitely people are talking shit about your love life. Okay, Spirit. So Spirit come through. So for some of you guys, maybe you just still haven't found that person you want to settle down with if you don't have a profound love with someone. For others of you, you could always feel like, no, you're not going to settle until you find that person. Like you believe in that twin flame love, that soulmate love. And your family could feel like, okay, collective's getting up there. Maybe you're 35 and you don't have kids yet. Maybe you had kids when you were younger, but you never settled down with a partner. For others of you, so you could be someone who your family and stuff's like, well, if they don't find someone soon, they're never going to find someone. Well, Spirit just confirmed you will. Especially if you're a Leo or dealing with a Leo or you believe in twin flames. Notice the 2 of them on this card. So, wow, maybe you and this person you're on and off with all the time believe in twin flame love. You could be on a journey right now with your divine feminine or divine masculine, noticing that you guys go through a lot of ups and downs, but at the same sense, you're both facing the same battles. That's what Spirit's acknowledging. And so maybe people in your family just don't understand your connection, and so they could isolate themselves or talk shit about your relationship. So for a lot of you, you guys don't get invited to Christmases or family functions. Like I'm hearing birthdays, family reunions. They just kind of leave you guys out. And maybe in the past you used to be invited to things and it's based on your beliefs or who you are that they just kind of turn away from you. But for a lot of you, it's because they talk crap about you. Now, big time, how I was saying the creative thing, Spirit just showed it right there. So you see yourself as one day being successful in a creative venture, and your family sees you as never making it and being disappointed. And so instead of speaking that truth to you, because it's like, if people love you so much, you know, why can't you speak that harsh truth to someone? Do you think it's better to talk shit about them behind their back? Personally, on this channel, I don't know about y'all, but I'd want my family to be straight up with me. And they also think you're chasing an imaginary dream when it comes to finances. They feel like whatever career or project or passion that you have is not going to bring you financial abundance, and that you need to basically like go back to school for some of you guys, or get real is what I just heard, and like start at the bottom. And just know, I'm just speaking from what these people are talking shit. I think you're doing a great job doing whatever you're doing. Don't let anyone tell you what to do. But some of your family could really be encouraging that you work what they would consider a more conventional job, right? Like a 9-to-5 office job, dental assistant, some of you a teacher, a tradesperson, for others of you. And these are all fantastic careers, but maybe I'm really getting the vibe you're a creative type. Like it's just not what you want to do. Maybe you have a dream of being a stand-up comedian, and you have always, and you're like funny as shit, and your whole family knows it, but at the same time they talk crap about you instead of encouraging you to keep going towards that dream. And you know, this is the thing too. Sometimes our family members are karmics, because what they don't realize is with their support and their love, they have the ability to help boost you out there as well. Like if all these 3 or 4 people in your family supported you, supported your vibe or your career, and they talk to people about it positively around them, well, don't you think you'd automatically get more recognition? Absolutely, right? So even if you wanted to be a comedian or an actor, an actress, or a singer or in a band, you're going to get more gigs, you're going to get more bookings, you're going to get more recognition by the people around you supporting you. But when they don't, it's like, what does that say to people around you? That maybe you don't deserve a chance, or you don't work hard enough, or, you know, people just come up with their own misconceptions, when in reality, you're just surrounded by a bunch of unsupportive jerks. 9 of Swords in reverse. And that's the fact. They're not telling this truth to your face. So you guys could know that a lot of the reason you're being isolated is because of your choices in life. And for some of you too, I just heard from Spirit, maybe like this is going to be only for a few of you, but maybe like your family has problems with drinking or with other toxic behaviors. And so you isolated yourself away from this family, and you don't drink, or, you know, you don't follow in those same toxic patterns. And that's what drives them nuts, because then all the fingers are pointed on them. But instead of really acknowledging the growth or like who you are as a person, they talk about it in a negative way. And it could be like 3 or 4 of them that like I'm hearing like they overdrink, or just they have toxic behaviors, right? Even like misbehaving and speaking about someone negatively in your family that's like a child to you, or a niece or a nephew to you, or a cousin to you, or a sibling, you know, instead of supporting them and being proud of them, that alone right there just shows a lot about the person and the group of people. Because it really seems like collective, if this is your pile, this is the only pile that it's more than one person. It's a group of people, and they're close to you, right? The people you'd least expect. So let's get a few more messages to close out this heavy one. I really hope this was able to resonate for you, loves. Whoever's going through this, you are being recognized by Spirit as someone who keeps going on your path, no matter who tries to block it. If you've been tuned into this entire reading, maybe a few of the other piles did resonate, or if not, feel free to check back when this reading's over. But in specific, you are viewed as an emotionally balanced person, so your family could actually talk shit and say you suffer from depression, or you're crazy, you're delusional, or you just like don't know what you're talking about. And all these things could be because maybe too, for some of you, you recognized in the past that you were either going through toxic cycles with your family. Like I said, if they drank a lot, like they weren't the best parents raising you, but instead of admitting to their flaws, they're pointing out all the things they don't like about your life currently. And for others of you, maybe you were a child who got like yelled at a lot or like got in trouble a lot, and all of it was kind of false. And so now the more you've pulled yourself away from these people, or even for some of you, they've just isolated you away from them, you can really see where you weren't to blame for a lot of this stuff. And this is what drives them nuts. Look at that. The devil in reverse and the devil in reverse there. So you broke away from the toxic bonds or behaviors that your family instilled into you as a child. And this is what they talk the most shit about. Because what they don't realize is now they no longer have a scapegoat. You could definitely be an earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. And it's like they recognize, or people at least in your outer family dynamic, that you have a lot more maturity than some of these people, or if not all of them, that are talking crap about you. Because people could see you as well as just someone really passionate. And look at this, 6 of Wands in reverse. Whoever's trying to put you down for believing in your career in a creative field, you beat out the competition. And that's what your family is like refusing to see. So they could say that you're just like basic, you're unoriginal, you don't stand out. They could tell people, I just keep hearing the word unoriginal. So they could just really feel like you don't have anything special about you. But in reality, with 6 of Wands being in reverse, it just really represents there is no competition around you guys. And if they would open up and allow you to be your authentic self with them, they would see that. Could definitely be a Libra or a Taurus that is talking this crap. And with the Empress in reverse, could definitely be a feminine energy. An aunt, a mother, a stepmother. The moon could also be a Pisces. So with the moon there's a lot of things that are hidden about this situation that you don't know. Like this family members of yours could stalk your social media and talk shit about it. It's like too, if you are someone who posts like about your new endeavors or creative endeavors, they all know when you're going to do something new. They all know when you're posting. They all know when you've got a new opportunity. But it's like spirits acknowledging they talk shit about you behind your back instead of ever picking up the phone and congratulating you or supporting it. Yeah, so I just saw a teacher when I went to grab the card. So for some of you, it's either that your whole family is teachers and you're not, or you wanted to be a teacher and your whole family's a different career, so they disagreed with it. All right, Spirit, let's see what messages to deliver for this final pile. This one was really heavy, you guys. Go ahead and like the video or subscribe if you found this reading resonated for you. Taurus came out. Earth sign masculine, so definitely could be a brother, earth sign masculine, or father figure or uncle that is the ringleader of this crap talking. Got pray more and moon magic. So just be aware of this energy too, because in a sense they could really be trying to like prevent you from being on this path. Remain grateful. So Spirit wants you to remain grateful no matter what challenges you face with this family. Start a new business idea ASAP. And if it's not an earth sign masculine doing this to you and all that, you could be a Taurus or an earth sign masculine, Virgo or Capricorn that's experiencing this. Virgo, look at that. So you could be any of those signs in particular, feminine or masculine. Air sign. So this could also be the group of people that's doing this to you. Earth sign masculine, Taurus, an air sign, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, and a Virgo. So for some of you, if you have multiple siblings or multiple cousins, and possibly like you have 2 parents that are doing this, you'll know how it resonates for you guys, but those are the signs on the board. So wow, you guys could be an aspiring model or fashion designer. You could be a makeup artist or a stylist, and this is why they're trying to block you, because they feel like you're never going to achieve your dreams. But what people don't realize too is the more energy they put on you like this, collective, one day you're going to shine so bright. So polyamorous just came out. Maybe this won't be for many people, but maybe for some of you, you and your person are in more of an open relationship and people don't understand that. But I don't feel like that message is for everyone. For others of you, it could just be that your family is like that and maybe they don't agree with you having a monogamous relationship. Take that how it resonates. That definitely won't be for everyone. Hairdresser, so you could want to be a hairdresser. Youth worker, so you know how I was saying earlier, for 9 times out of 10, you know, if you work in some sort of counseling or even like youth work and stuff, unless you have a really good government job, like you're often just volunteering or doing this out of the kindness of your own heart. So maybe they feel like you don't have a consistent enough income or a steady enough career path. But who's to say you aren't going to get hired into that position you want and have an amazing career for the future, right? So you could be a Capricorn, or this could be a Capricorn doing this. Any final messages for this last pile? Social media stalkers. So if you notice 1 or 2 to up to 4 fake profiles watching you all the time, this is your family. They could create fake accounts. They could constantly stalk and watch you from fake pages as well, because they're trying to basically just like keep tabs on your next move before you make them. And for a lot of you too, I really get the sense that like in the past, almost similar to the enemies reading on pile 3 there, how that came out, it's kind of like if you notice you get a lot of following and then they're like fake accounts and stuff, you could have a sibling or a parent or a cousin that makes all these fake accounts so that you feel discouraged, like you aren't on the right path, because they want you to feel thrown off. They want you to give up on this dream. But you guys, don't ever give up on your dreams, and just know whoever is putting you through this, a lot of you are going to be blessed with that position that you've been working for through the hard work. And all those people that talked crap about you are not going to be able to come with you to that next chapter. And I feel like some of them know that subconsciously, because maybe you haven't given up on yourself and you keep pushing through no matter how much you've been isolated or alone. But for a lot of you, it could have really changed you for the better, right? Like I saw drinking before, or even smoking. Maybe some of you like had chronic like weed smokers or drinkers in your family. And maybe now that you've isolated yourself away from these people, you've cut out those habits or, you know, toxic behaviors like fighting and arguments. You've really leveled up in a sense. And so instead of them trying to take the time to get to know you and how much you've changed, they're trying to tear you back down to who you used to be by isolating you and basically by just like kind of pointing a shadow on themselves, right? And especially if you're someone who's like really well put together and you want to help youth, like you want to help the younger generation, make a good impression on people, or even just like maybe you had a really rough childhood, so you want to be able to be a youth counselor for those that experience like child neglect or abuse and different things like that. And maybe this is what these people don't understand, because it's almost like it shines a light on them as well. So that's the funny thing though. It's like it would never be a shot at someone else, you guys. You should be proud of yourselves if you consider doing anything like that. It's only trying to improve the world, and we need more people like that in the world, to be honest, right? So I'm going to leave it there. This was a really intense reading. This is pile 4. It seems like a group of 3 to 4 people in your family that will not stop talking shit about you. Look at life path at the bottom. I was just holding them like this, and then I look up and it's that. Canada. So you could be from Canada, and yeah, you could be on your life path right now. And particularly, there's a group of your family members trying to sway you away, telling you that this isn't your destined life path, but you need to keep following your dreams, and the right people that are meant to stay in your life, they'll always be there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. It was a very, very intense one for this last pile. I'm going to leave the timestamps up so you can go back and watch it from the beginning. And I really wish everyone has an amazing night. Take care.